Oh, she have
Let's put it
headset?
in the freezer and
Yes,
see.
I took it already.
Thank
Let's put it in
you.
the freezer and find something to take out the cook. I don't know. It's a lot of sugar.
We go live in 10
What
seconds.
y'all want?
You be live on.
Welcome back to Club Chit Chat with your DJ Miss Sophia right here. We are your radio. We're your radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. And she is in the building. The one and only Trinity Kardashian Bonet is in the building for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6 and RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6 All-Stars. Hey, girl.
Hola.
Oh, you gotta talk to that mic, child. You gotta talk to that mic. What's going on? Oh,
Okay,
yeah, you can adjust it. You know it moves.
What's so fancy and expensive here?
Well, we bring these RuPaul Drag Race girls in here, honey. Then these girls that's touring all over the country, honey. And these girls that have been doing pageants for years, and these girls that are, reigning queens and all that stuff. So we gotta make sure, honey.
Yes, quality.
Yeah, and the air quality and the temperature.
Has this mic been sanitized?
Oh yes, this whole studio.
I ain't
is
worried about COVID. I
sanitized.
just don't want mess on my mouth. God knows what is going on.
Are you fully vaccinated?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Is your mom fully vaccinated?
She is not, but before she come to my house, she will be. We've already discussed it. You're going to get it, lady.
Oh my God.
I'm going nowhere. I don't give a damn.
Oh, okay. Well, as I said in the introduction, you've been performing and entertaining in Atlanta for years. You've been doing pageants for years. You've been, on RuPaul's Drag Race, and now you're touring around the country. Then you have a tour coming up, at the beginning of next year in the UK. We're going to talk about that. And you also are going to be doing some more stuff coming up, that you can't talk about. And then you just finished competing for Miss Continental in Chicago Labor Day weekend. So that's where we're gonna start. let's just address the elephant in the room, because you were prepared for Miss Continental for a while. You were on RuPaul Drag Race All Stars Season 600. You won a couple of challenges.
Yeah.
$10,000 a piece for each challenge, right?
Yes.
$20,000.
Yes.
So you picked that money and you was getting ready for Continental, honey.
I was. I did a lot of pre stuff. Like I did just move into my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my house and I got my car and furnished my house. I did a lot of extracurricular things on top of get ready for Continental.
Uh-huh.
And that money, I could have did other things with, but I don't regret it at all. Like I wanted to go to Miss Continental because that was the pageant I wanted to be a part of. It was the very first pageant I saw as a kid, like at 12. And I knew I wanted to be a part of it. Everything that I did everything that I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm kind of like proud of this year.
Right.
In a sense, I don't feel defeated at all because I finally did a pageant where I spent my own money. I didn't have to look for sponsors. I didn't have to run behind nobody. If the designer asked for something, I got it. If the stones cost this much, I got it. Like there was never, I don't know, yeah, it was no situation to where I didn't need to like worry about anything. Dances, band, lights, food, it didn't matter. Hotel, everything was like taken care of, and then there was still no financial worry behind it, and that was the best part of competing.
But a lot of the conversation that people are having is the swimsuit choice.
Yeah.
It was like your Adidas swimsuit choice. Yeah. So what was the story behind the swimsuit, choice?
They said put on the swimsuit, and I did.
And that's what you wanted to put on.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it. I liked it. It was my look. I put it together. And when you compete in Miss Continental, you have to understand what you're going up against. Those are women. You can't tell me no difference. So you're gonna have to pull something out and show me something different. A lot of them I think we like cisgender women. They look like women. Mm-hmm. So if I'm gonna compete, I need to do something that makes me feel comfortable and kind of goes with how I look. I have athletic arms. I'm not the softest person in the pageant. I may be pretty, but I ain't the softest person in the pageant. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, if I put on something that was athletic themed, it would make me not look so much like the boy compared to the girl that came out
See,
before me.
that's what I'm wanting, you know.
Yeah.
So your choice was because it was Adidas and it was athletic wear and it's a swimsuit, and then because you say that your body features is more of that of an athlete and not that of a cisgender woman.
Yes.
So that's why you made that choice.
That was my choice. I was doing ID Park. I was getting a custom swimsuit done, which is, Beyonce. So I would have had to get it custom made. But the guy who I wanted to do it was backed up, couldn't get it done. So I just bought an Adidas swimsuit and put that on.
And I think a lot of people that are your fans, and a lot of people that were disappointed in your selection of swimsuit is because they're comparing you to what you wore before, and it's just like
But even before they didn't like it.
But swimsuit with stones and heels and
that don't make no sense
all
to me.
that.
That makes absolutely no sense to me. If I'm going to compete, I'm going to compete. So if I was judging myself, watching myself from everybody else, I would have given myself a high score because nobody else did what I did. And I still followed the guidelines. I had on a swimsuit. It was cut correctly. My stockings were the right color. You do not see my pad lines, anything. What I kept hearing or keep hearing from the community is that I was too black and continental. And this is coming from the black community. And I can't fathom that.
But it's just like, and we talk about this all the time. It's just like, not changing the subject, but changing the subject. It's the same thing with Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
We have somebody in the community that's representing the community in a positive way, and then we always wants to be the one to tear them down. It's just like, why can you praise this child for the doors that he is opening in this community?
Because in our community, there's a lot of homophobic gay people that I've learned. There's a lot of homophobic gay people. They don't even like themselves. They're not content and happy with themselves. So to see somebody thriving and being authentic, which is why straight boys hate gay people, or quote unquote straight boys hate gay people so much, is because they too would like to be this way, but they know they come from an environment where they can't. It's either you're gonna lose your family and friends and disappear and become a bag or gay, or you're gonna be with your family, and tell them the truth and then lose out on everything. It's just it's weird. People are weird. And like I said, I couldn't get I was too black at continental. Why would you do Cardi B? Why not? Who else gonna do it? And we all like Cardi B. Everybody, it's not a person in this room, black or white, old or young, that don't know her music. So I didn't do anything foreign.
So what?
But speaking of Cardi B and your talent, that was another thing. What happened? Because at the beginning of the talent, we were looking for you.
So okay, so let's just talk about the night of Continental. First of all, you get there. I'm in one of the tents. So we all heard about the tent situation being outside. Okay, no tea, whatever. Cool. I ain't bitching. You gotta have it to do. It's a lot of us. One night. Fine. My helper, which was my child, was still in the hotel room fixing talent costumes that were not made correctly. So he had to fix those. It's already 5:30, pageant started at 7. So I leave, I go to the pageant. He's still not there. I call him, he doesn't pick up. I call him again, he calls back and says that I went to go get a new COVID test because you had to have 72 hours. He had got one that Friday, today is Monday, 72 hours has passed. So he had went and got another COVID test done, but left his ID in the COVID place. They closed. Got to the pageant, they wouldn't let him in. My phone had died, so I couldn't get that information so I had to dress myself for presentation. I ended up getting bond glue on the bottom of my dress. I'm like, my hair is sticking to I'm literally dressing myself for presentation. So finally my daughter comes around the corner, she's like, Mario, okay? I said, no, I don't have nobody to dress me. And I'm halfway now dressing myself for swimsuit. I still got a couple of my tattoos and change my hair and do all this other stuff. For some odd reason that weekend, my child was acting really crazy, my daughter. Really out of it. I thought she was high on something. It was just I would get frustrated and she'd just laugh and be like, Mom, it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, no, this is not the time to be laughing. Nothing is funny. And it was really making me mad. So she was pissing me off so much that she couldn't even dress me right. So I said, leave, just leave. Go get Eureka. She go get Eureka. They already been drinking and smoking, so Eureka cool. Eureka like, babe, what you need? I'm like, babe, I just need somebody back here with me to look over me. I can dress myself. It ain't that damn hard. She doing what she can. She trying to steam out the thing. She sweating and shit. I'm like, Eureka, just. So she said, well, let me go get a Keurig because I know she's so. I'm on my 4th help at this point.
Oh my God, and I know you. So I know your attitude was not as calm as it is right now. So I know if they were on 10, you were on 10,000.
Man, look, we get through swimsuit. At this point, they come back here. Now, let's backtrack. I did not get the shell to my gown until the week before the pageant. I'm not even going to get into the whole designer situation and all this other stuff. It's just lesson learned. But I did not get the shell to my gown until the week before the pageant. Of course, there's tons of other things that can be done, and the dress needs to be sewn. I stoned 65% of that dress in the hotel room in Chicago. My dad came, he got the dress for me to finish it. Why is he still stoning the dress in the van, in the parking lot, during the pageant?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're at Thailand. My best friend Rico, who has ran around, got the dances, been running around, he ain't been sleeping 3 days. And speaking of, shout out to Rico Castanar, I would give him a lung if he asked for it. I ain't never had nobody ride for me hard. Like, yeah, but anyway. He said, he comes with a bag, a small bag, roller bag. And I know that the backup gown is in this roller bag. Now, I bought this gown off this girl because she was selling it. Pretty beautiful gown, beautiful dress. But I had no intentions of wearing it at Continental because I had paid for my own shit, my own stuff. I didn't want to wear nobody else's stuff. He comes around the corner with the dress. I see him. He looked at me and looked at me. He said, before you forget, there's a chance that you might have to put on the backup dress. Why, Rico? Because he is still in the van stoning.
We're going to take a break because this is a story and you have to continue the story. But I just want to say this. Everything that you experience, and you know, I know it's easy to say it, but it's harder to hear it. Everything happens for a reason. You know, everything happens for a reason. And this experience, it reminds me of Tommy Ross. And Tommy Ross had an experience similar to that. And from that point on, Tommy Ross never competed in a pageant. If she didn't have her stuff 2 or 3 weeks before the pageant, she wasn't doing the pageant. That's the lesson that she learned. If I don't have my gown, my accessories, my shoes, my everything, if everything is not complete before 2 or 3 weeks before the pageant, I'm not doing it. Yeah. And if anything, she said, if anything, I am not leaving going to a pageant and I don't have everything that I need to compete with me. There's going to be no, because I paid you for these services. There's not going to be I'm going to airmail your dress. I'm going to overnight your dress. I'm going to overnight your gloves. She said, no, everything that I want is going to be with me. So yeah, that's a lesson that I think, you know, you've learned, and let that be. Because in other words, you went to Continental and in your mind you were ready, but because of the preparation and the lack of things that you needed for the pageant, you were not ready. And that's why you didn't win. No other reason. It wasn't the swimsuit choice. It wasn't the talent. It was you weren't ready because you didn't have your stuff with you when you went to Chicago. When you went to Chicago,
I had everything. That was the problem. I had everything plus some. I had a backup swimsuit.
The stoning. No stoning should have been going on.
It shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have even been stoning in the hotel. Everything. Right. All you had to do was work out, you know, what are we doing, what I have to do, and what, you know, because you've been to Continental before. So you already know all the conversations they had about they had to dress in tents and all of that. But we're going to talk about that too, because that was another big mess that, you know, it's like they've been doing that for years. So why all of a sudden this year it's a big problem? Because your girl didn't win. That's why it was. Yeah. But I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here. We are your radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride. Sitting here with my girl, Trinity Bonet, all the way from RuPaul's Drag Race. But on a happier note, you want to introduce your song?
Yes.
You and Rico Casadon.
Yes, God.
The one that you would give along to.
That's right. That's my best friend, period. So look, I have a single out called 305 Live. I'm originally from Miami, so I wanted to do an anthem based off of Miami. You got to be from there to understand everything.
Hold on.
With all that candy.
Finish chewing.
Right, chew that candy, girl.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Let's do that again. Take
305 Live.
Yes. This is my new single, 305 Live, featuring Rico Casadon. Get into it. I think you'll like it. It's the vibe. That ain't it.
Is that
That is not.
That's not it.
That's our special.
Oh, I hit the what?
Yeah, you had 2 songs playing, so you need to stop it. Throw her out.
We're talking about Bill.
Yeah, do it. I hit the space bar accidentally.
Type 2.
And you have to eject this. I think this is the eject. I don't want to.
Thank you.
That's a fader.
Release your
What's
name.
playing?
305.
What's up?
This is on pause right now. So you take this one out. Eject that one.
Oh, yes.
I don't think you can delete it because it's in there.
So what's
You
my
got it. I think this is. Yeah, I think that's the eject.
right here? Yeah, that's the fader.
That's what I was telling you, don't play that.
Baby, this bill 5 causing problems.
Ooh. I heard it.
Baby, this 305 is causing us problems, honey. Maybe we need to only play this in Miami.
All
Florida.
right, there you go.
So we're gonna do it again. We got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Still looking good. Ooh, thank you.
You need a stand. There's one right there. For your phone. Look right here.
Hey, Mr. D. Hey, Diva Michelle. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Lumberjack. Corrupt 1985.
Move it back just a little bit because it's in your camera. There you go. Perfect. Just so simple.
Nivea.
A little bit back. A little bit further. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna move the camera back so it's not all over your face.
The,
Face first, but I don't want to be that all up in. Let's see.
So I can. This sauce is at town. Let's go play next.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Huh?
What's up, Bread? Probably. It's summertime and off work.
What you say?
That's off the phone.
Really don't know.
I can't delete it. But it says this.
Because it's playing. It's gonna play next. People, but this one is in queue. So if that's not the, let me see what it says.
Leave it on.
You would love to see me in the Philippines. I would love to come to the Philippines. I'm here with Sophia M-F. The real Sophia. You have to watch this live on YouTube. If you go to Sophia M-F,
What you say?
this is live on YouTube, right?
Mhm.
From your page?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go to Sophia M-F.
No, Miss Sophia.
Miss-
M-I-S-S.
Miss
Miss Sophia Child.
M-I-S-S.
That's
Sophia.
okay.
Now you're on YouTube, so y'all can see this live. Everybody's seeing it. We were supposed to do a telephone tour, but me and Janet booked in the UK together in January, so we'll probably end up doing it there. And then we'll do something later on.
Let's see what she can do. She got to go ahead. She got it on pause.
Hey, Germany.
So you're gonna have to wait till this is over, manually push that, and then it should be fine from there.
You can rewind this. Thank you. Oh.
Do you already have Boost for Drag Con? Yes, I purchased my Boost for Drag Con. It's actually going to be really dope.
So you know that pageant at this time was Nationals, Miss Nationals, the year that Tandy won.
When she did the boat, the jet,
Superhero.
the jet, yeah.
Because you know they were using the same designer, and the designer was
Team 10.
her.
Team 10.
Yeah, he worked with her, and then they all the girls were using him, you know, because he was a hot designer like back then. I think his name, what was his name? I think it was Javier. I think his name was Javier. So, but he pro-Tandy, so he had Miss Thomas gown, and Tandy paid him not to send her down.
What you say?
They paid him not to send her down. So that's the learning skill she learned. You know, like,
It was just like,
and not only that, with all those things you were dealing with, your head wasn't in the game.
right.
So you trying to do everything at one time. So there was no way you could really execute.
When we get back into the story, it was just, I could not believe how much shit happened at one back to back. I have done pageants out of everybody else's closet in no money and had phenomenal nights. The one night,
You know what?
the one night that I was from, you know, and I really, like, wow. Like, I cared nothing about what people thought of the package I brought, because I brought everything I wanted. It was the execution of the night that was the issue for me.
She went right in.
So she found, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Brown Cow Stunning. What people eat for dinner? I guess I miss spaghetti.
Some sketty.
No, not spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Grits spaghetti. Mushroom.
Baby, I'm just sitting up here. Where's my hair?
You just bald headed.
I'll get you some of this.
Are you some hoops?
Shut her.
You need some hoops?
I had a nose bone in my nose.
I wasn't thinking that for me.
I don't need it now. I just started without my hair. And ain't nobody in the chat room said nothing behind you. They said, Mama, where your hair?
Thank you.
Sitting up here looking like, who is the new bald headed girl? The one that just won the Emmy for writing.
Michaela.
Look at y'all old Lolo speech.
She is really pretty though. Like, I don't like pay attention to her like it's these last couple red carpets.
See, don't get out of here.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody, who you on IG? You on IG live?
Yeah.
I never been live on IG. I always go to YouTube. I feel to cancel my YouTube. I'm not doing YouTube. I feel to cancel YouTube. I'm not gonna do my YouTube channel no more. And then I'm gonna cancel my Facebook page, and I'm only gonna start doing TikTok.
I thought you said you was gonna stop doing them drugs, because that's what it sounded like you
Yeah.
Do TikTok. I'm only gonna do TikTok. I did YouTube for years. I did Facebook for years. And then Facebook is just as corrupt. Then all the stuff Facebook bought Instagram, and then they over there, you know, had some people to do some research work for them, couldn't find out that they're damaging young girls and stuff. And Mark Zuckerberg, he ain't trying to do nothing. So I just gave up on Facebook.
Because you one of them young girls they damaging, right?
YouTube, Instagram, all that. I'm letting it go this weekend, as a matter of fact. And then I'm going to just download TikTok, and I'm only going to do TikTok.
Cause that's the best.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to the Jamaican restaurant. That's what we're gonna eat.
Baby,
Which one?
This one by my house over there.
that video with Fred, Zoe, and that dog. Baby. And that dog had looked at me. Look over here, man. The dog looked at
Oh, the one that wasn't looking at us.
If you don't shut up, get out of here, leave me alone. Oh, yes, honey.
Is London still on the way?
But that's the big time moonball head ass mama. Maya Monroe. Don't she be able to pay with no makeup or no how her and Naisha. Oh, the other one, what's her name? The dancer.
Birthday, anytime.
Which one?
Neither.
Oh.
I been started. How dare you cancel this palace? So the hyenas been put it up for adoption. Y'all hear that bullish? Yes, son. Y'all gonna be with your daddy.
No.
This weekend. It's it.
I have 3 people that I'm auditioning for my sister. You got to be able to deal with me. Okay, I'm a handful.
Baby, how is that? That's impossible. You can't deal with you.
The best person that I would want to hire is Rico, but he got his own stuff going on. You don't know like I
That's
trust.
definitely out. Well, let me just give you a little advice. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't hire nobody you know. Don't hire no friends. Don't hire no family.
Nope.
And you already said, don't hire nobody that have their own thing going.
Right.
Because when you hire somebody with their own thing going, they are only hooking up with you
To get
for your
networks.
connection.
Mhm.
So when they situation take off, they have somebody. So it's just like, you know, hey, I'm telling you right now,
I got
you come out better if you hire somebody white.
Don't say that
foreigner.
on YouTube.
Try if you hire somebody white or a foreigner. That's what you need. Don't hire nobody black.
Don't listen to Miss Sophia. She been
No, I'm
drinking.
serious, son. If I'm
She
telling
been
you
drinking.
what, I've been drinking. Hire somebody. If you hire somebody white, somebody that you don't know, somebody that's going to somebody that's qualified to give you what you want.
Yeah, but
And
see,
then once
that
you-
scares me because, bitch, the ultimate, like, you gotta understand the drag race fandom. Because, bitch, somebody want to work for you and say, oh, you know, if they know me, they're a fan. And that be kind of sketchy for me.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
my
yeah.
thing is,
That be
hold
kind of
on,
sketchy.
where are we? Hold on. My thing is, you hire somebody white. You hire somebody white that don't know you, that you don't know rather, and they're qualified to do what you want. And then once you get that going, that established with that person, then later on, like I don't know if it's a year or a year and a half, 2 later, then you could bring in another assistant where you could afford 2 assistants, and that person could be somebody that you know, because you're gonna need somebody that could step in. Because say for instance, if your assistant gets sick, or God forbid something happens, they have death in their family and they can't be there, so you need a backup. But I would make my number one person somebody that I know. And somebody that knows.
But I don't agree with the fact that it should be somebody white. There are black people that are.
I'm telling you what I'm doing. The route I'm going.
Well, first of all, you just need to make sure that it's somebody that only wants to. They live their life to be an assistant. They don't want to be a star. They don't want to be a drag queen. They don't want to be. That's all they want to do is be an assistant. And there are people that live for that. That would be whether they black or white.
Baby, listen.
Fuck that.
It's a rarity to find somebody like Jason McLaughlin. Jason McLaughlin gonna give.
But there is
bean
one, so therefore you can't discount black people. I don't like that.
About what you doing and all that.
I don't like that.
Baby, listen.
Nope. Yeah.
Oh.
Trinity said, "What the hell did I come into? My God."
I know who I'm talking to.
Welcome back to Club Chit Chat. Oh, WERUradio, WERUradio, we are the home of the urban sound of prime. And maybe I have stirred the current words in here because, I'm live on my YouTube, honey, and we were talking about something totally different, honey, about assistance, honey. But we're going to table this assistance conversation, and we're going to go on and Trinity pick up with us more. Because we're going to go back to this assistance conversation, and everybody, a lot of people going to be hot with me because, baby, listen, it is what it is, and I'll explain it later. But go on, you were telling your story about Continental.
Okay, so, where were we? Yeah, so she comes, my best friend comes and says, well, your gown may not be finished, you might have to put it on the backup. Now, mind you, I only purchased the backup dress to wear it on the show. Now, it's even gown worthy. The young lady I got it from, she has one in this dress, but it wasn't ready for me to put it on. It was too long, it needed to be cut hem, like there was things that needed to be done to it. So I look at him and he's like, "You're so calm." And I was like, "Well, I don't really know what I can do at this point. I mean, I want to put my dress on, so y'all need to go finish it."
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Your dad in there doing the best he can. The best he can. Okay. So something else happened. I don't know what it was. Something happened. And I just broke down. And I just started crying. Like my mom, bitch, got killed or something. I was just crying. So the dancers, my best friend, like they are all standing over me, praying over me. Like, God, just take, like, just praying over me. Because at this point, I want to go home. Because I feel embarrassed. Like, I feel embarrassed. I feel like nothing is going right. I spent way too much money. Like, I do not have to be here. Bitch. I'm like, I want to go. I kept saying, I want to go. No, let's spend all this money. Rico's like, oh, I want to go. I was like, no, we ain't spent no money. This is my money, and I'm ready to go. I got some pretty show clothes. Let's go. I'm ready to go home. Because they didn't want to be bothered no more. This is before Tyler even started. So, they calmed me down. Akira back there with me. Eyes crossed, she had. Everybody just messed up. They ain't come here to do no dressing. Nobody. They came to watch the pageant support. Maybe like 6 or 7 minutes later. So the concept of my talent was the Met Gala. That it was Cardi B, the Met Gala. That's why I had it was an announcer in the beginning. I had paparazzi. I had the feather fans. The boards were supposed to open, and I'm in the red that I wore at the premiere Cardi B look. You know, I take my picture with paparazzi. And then it goes into the first song, and it's a whole production, a whole situation. I'm not there behind the board.
You missed your entrance cue.
Yeah, because no one came and got me.
Because y'all outside.
Yeah.
In the tents, getting ready.
Yeah. I'm standing there, and Akira said, girl, they playing your music. All I got on is the headpiece. In the costume that I walked out in, which was supposed to be under the big costume. I said, girl, oh my God. I said, bitch, they're playing your music. I run over there. We were running with the Cardi B costume, the big one. It's huge.
Right.
The back of it is as long as this room. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. It's huge. The music is playing. No one has came and got me. So I snatch the headpiece off. I walk out there. I do it. At this point, I'm over. I didn't do a talent. I did a show. That was show energy.
Everybody was saying, because everybody knew that, because the music is playing and they're singing, and it's just like they bought this prop out here, and then, like, what's the purpose of this prop? They didn't use it.
Rico, why would y'all open the prop and y'all standing behind it and I'm not back there with you?
They thought maybe you were gonna come from the side and come behind there and come in. But it's you know,
hold on. So we do that. We do the talent. I walk off, I'm furious. Where's the backstage hand? Why nobody came and got me? Nobody thought that it was weird that contestant number 12 was not standing on the side of stage manager. Oh, so the bar guy was a stage manager. Oh, I'm just a stage manager. I don't know. But you didn't think it was weird that I was not here.
But talking to mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can look at George for talking to
mine. Like you didn't think it was weird that like I wasn't here.
But I'm gonna be the devil's advocate at this time.
Wait, I'm gonna finish telling you.
Go ahead.
So he was like, well, where's the backstage hand? The guy for outside. I was like, I don't know. Let's go find him. I finally found him. Like, why nobody came and got me and told me that it was my turn for talent? He said, I asked you what number you were. I said, yeah, 12. He said, yeah, I asked you at 8. I said, okay. So you didn't think to come get me and bring me to the side? Oh, that's not my job. That's your job.
Correct. Is he correct?
I don't have a help.
Oh, so
this is the 5th person has came back here to help me. At this point, administrative points have been taken from me, I'm sure, because somebody who was paying attention, that I got all this traffic back and forth coming back here, you know, like, I'm sure somebody has said something to them. I mean, I'm a competitor. So, I don't have a helper. So no, nobody came and told me nothing. So my whole time was ruined. Because it told a story, and the story didn't even start off right. So now that I've been told that it's basically my fault that I missed my talent outside in the back of the building in a tent where you can't hear or see anything, there's not even a lineup out there.
Hold on.
So it's my fault.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
No. Listen, hold on.
And I was very
I want you to hear this.
How many more people I have? You know that.
Listen. You did not have a helper.
Okay.
Correct.
So?
Your helper is the person that's helping you and letting you know, Trinity, number 11 is on, or number 10 is on. We need to make our way towards the stage, because you don't go towards the stage, you know, when it's time for you to do talent.
Chastising me right now about this, Sophia, and I just told you at the beginning of this story that I did not have a helper.
But listen, but hold on.
And
You
hold on. Do it too.
No, that's not their fault.
It is their job.
That's not their fault.
It is the stage manager's job. It is
No,
as a stage manager.
It's
the stage manager's job.
Number 12 standing on the side. What that mean?
Yeah, that's the
But
stage manager's
somebody
job.
go get her.
But listen.
Yep.
But you can't put the total. You have to take ownership of your part in what you play.
No.
Because
And I have.
No.
It was my fault. I should have pulled a better number to be inside the building so I could hear somebody tell me that it was my time.
Listen,
That's
it's
not
not that.
no,
You need to hear this, because this is that, you know, this is like the situation. You have to have people around you to tell you the truth. And the truth of the matter is, you go to the pageant like every other contestant with your assistant. Your assistant did not do what you needed your assistant to do, so you had to get a courier and everybody else to come
But
in.
that's not
and
the job of the assistant is not to run the stage.
But listen, you already know that, like you just said, a courier and all those people, they filled in for somebody that you had already put in that position, because that person could not work out. This person is laughing and carrying on, and you having, you know, mistake after mistake, and then this person is laughing and everything. So you sitting that person on, and so now you don't have an assistant. So part of the assistant's job, George, is to assist her and let her know when it's time for her to get to the stage, all that, and assist her. But you know, we're gonna talk about this off the air, because you know, it's just like it's cut and dry. But the bottom line is, yes, they could have been more sympathetic towards your situation, nor the situation that you were in, that you did not have an assistant. Yes, they knew that you didn't have an assistant and you was going through all these hiccups and everything, so they should have been more attentive to, you know, your situation and everything. But at the end of the day, you are not the only contestant that they have to assist. They have how many girls? And this was a new day for Continental as well, because usually you all have a prelim night, and then they have another night where you all come out and they call out the top 12. But this year, because of COVID, everything was done in one night, correct? Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, yeah, it's just like
But I haven't blamed anybody for anything. I would work on it. I was just telling you about the experience. I take accountability for everything. It is what it was. It's drag. I love doing drag.
Yeah.
So no matter what the outcome was, I did what I was there. I was in the building. It was just the things that happened. I'm not necessarily blaming them that I wasn't there on the side of the stage. I mean, okay, you say I was supposed to have a helper. I don't have a helper, so that's my L. Sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Mm-hmm. I let him know in the beginning, hey, my helper couldn't get in, so I may have people coming in back and forth to help me out. But if you could just please bear with me. I said this from the beginning. So when he made the comment, well, it's not my fault, it's your helper fault, when you knew, then that made me know where I was at and what situation I was in. Because, I mean, I don't know, you could have came and got me, but you didn't, and it's over with now at this point. So now, I've tapped out. Now we got to go into gown. And my gown is still not even stoned. Wow. It's halfway stoned.
And so that's part 3.
So I have on a gown that's not even fully rhinestone. Wow. And then the gown hair that I was going to wear, which isn't the blonde hair that everybody hated, I was wearing another piece, but it came down so far that it sat on my shoulder, and it just didn't go cohesive, because he delivered that backstage at the pageant. So it didn't cohesively go with the dress, so I had to wear something up, so it made more sense. It was just a series of unfortunate events. Mm-hmm. And and like I said, no excuse made. My only thing about it is that the people who don't know what happened with me, who expected me to be a certain type of way, who's reading me and saying
didn't know. Mm-hmm. Right. I get it.
Top of that mind.
Yeah, it's no point in me trying to defend the situation where it's undefendable. It was a horrible night. It was a horrible
But it was a broad experience. It was a broad experience. You learned a lot. And you're gonna take what you learn and you're gonna apply it to not just pageant, but to your life period.
Oh, definitely.
To your life period. Because
I don't get mad
we'll
about
talk off the air.
I don't get mad about stuff no more. I just learn from it and apply it to my future. Just don't do these mistakes anymore. You gotta really think ahead. And I'm a big procrastinator, and I have to get out of there. So that's another one of my downfalls.
I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding down right here on WERUradio. WERUradio, we are the home of the urban sound of pride. And we're not talking about that pageant no more. We're talking about RuPaul Drag Race. We're going to happier times. We're talking about shows.
The pageant I lost the week before Conference. That was another thing. We're going to lose on national TV and turn right around and lose again, girl. Damn.
Right.
It's awful. Damn, I can't win from losing.
No, girl.
Shit, well, at least with Drag Race, you a couple dollars off of
Right.
they don't even see you. Thank you,
over there.
I
really want to cut y'all off.
I just want to say this as a stage manager, and I've done many big productions as a stage manager. Is the stage manager's job to have the talent in place. It's the stage manager's job to make sure that everything is running smoothly. It's the stage manager's job and he has an assistant. They have a stage manager and a stage hand. And the stage manager turns to the stage hand. I need so and so and so in place there right after this number. The stage manager is supposed to make sure the stage hand goes and get that person, and that person is in place. The stage manager did not do their job.
No, hold on.
Because
that's the stage manager's job.
The stage manager has an assistant. The assistant was the person that was
the guy outside who didn't come and get me. That's the person who said.
And that's what I said. That's what I said. The stage, but at the end,
you said the stage manager didn't do his job, but the person assisting him didn't go do his job.
The stage manager didn't do his job. At the end of it all, it's the stage manager's responsibility to make sure the show is running smoothly.
Exactly.
But listen.
That's the stage manager's job.
But this is a pageant.
It's still a stage. The stage manager's a stage manager. And you work in theater, you know that.
Yeah, I work in theater, but a play is different than a pageant.
A stage manager's job does not change. A stage manager's job does not change.
So if the artist's not standing there on the side of the stage,
that's the stage manager's job.
How do you go forward?
That's right.
But listen.
If that was the Grammys, that stage manager would never work again.
The stage manager has an assistant.
And
the assistant was the one that was supposed to let her know that it's time for her to head towards the stage.
Again, yes.
And then on top of that, Trinity's backstage help is also supposed to be helping her. Hold on. Her backstage helper is supposed to be helping her get dressed and keeping her informed with whoever is ahead of her is on stage and all of that.
You're right.
So we cannot put all of the blame on the stage manager.
Actually, you can because
No.
Wait.
No. Her assistant, she is paying people to take care of her and make sure she is where she's supposed to be. So her assistant is not. She don't have an assistant.
But the information would have gone directly to her, right?
And you don't come get me for talent, bitch. You at me.
That's right. That's right.
But hold on, listen, because and you're probably right. They probably.
And I didn't want to say that.
But listen. The thing about it is, you already know that you are at a disadvantage because you don't have your people, and then on top of that, you already know that you're at a further advantage because the people that you have assisting you, they don't have your shit ready. They shouldn't be out there. They should be out there stalling no gown. They shouldn't be doing nothing else. You should have everything that you need. So if you don't have to work, your mind is not focused on the pageant because my gown not ready. My sister can't get in. He done left his ID at the COVID play. They won't let him in the pageant, so I ain't got my sister. I don't have. She got a lot of stuff going on.
But you see how everybody else everybody else pulled me down when I was ready though.
But I'm with you, and I just want to say this.
It was everybody.
You made valid points about the assistant, but what you're missing is even if the assistant isn't there, when that person from the stage manager said, "Go get them." Even if the assistant is not standing there, this person is. So that stage hand should have said, "Hey, you're up next.
It wasn't like I was in the bathroom.
Exactly.
I was in my
So
station
even if the assistant
whole
wasn't there,
time.
there's still there's a person there. So that stagehand did not pass the information along. They did not do their job.
Okay.
So that's the part.
But just like, but all I'm saying is just like we can say the stagehand didn't do their job. Her people didn't do their job.
They didn't either.
But you can't put that in there. That's not the part of this equation.
But
Because
no.
The equation.
She's right because
They should have been
dropped
there.
the ball too, because he should have had that COVID test.
Like
those are things that would have been.
I'm just talking about this
had
one
to
instance.
go.
You're right. She should have had assistance. You're right. Everything would have gone better if you had assistance. I'm talking about this one event where she should have been on stage. The stage hand from the stage manager was told, we need XYZ, number 11 and number 12. Number 11 on stage right, number 12 on stage left. Because the assistant wasn't there.
When y'all doing the pageant, when you did the pageant last time you did it, did they come and get you the talent before you would go on, or a couple talents before?
A couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is continental and they don't
So
play
hold
that shit.
on, but hold on.
So why nobody came and got me?
So a couple talents
I'm
before.
with you on
But
that
hold
part.
on.
On that
But-
part, I'm with you.
But when you went to talk to the man, and the man told you, you
Let
said, well, why did y'all
me ask you a
come
question.
He said,
Do you
he
not
said,
think
hold
that I do you feel personally, because you know me, I don't care about it, let's be real. Do you not think that I did not go into that competition with that system and those girls thinking that I was a threat?
Oh yeah.
So do you not think that they can control my narrative? Nobody came to get me.
I'm with
listen,
you. I got you.
We can break
I don't
her.
even know you like
Hold
that,
on.
but I'm with
We
you.
can break her
But
if
hold
she.
on. But you said that the guy told you, I came to you when I was at number 8. You never said number
Well,
8.
shit, she was number 11.
I was 12.
12. That's 4 people ago. Bitch, I'm getting
But
dressed.
hold on.
And they had a break.
But hold on. But listen. Part of the equation that you have to also factor in that you all are leaving out is this was a new day for Continental as well. Continental is used to doing prelims and a final night.
That don't have nothing to do
It
with
does,
the price of tea in China.
because
Number 12.
How many girls were in the pageant? How many girls were in the pageant?
18.
It's 18 girls.
Number 12
And
is
they
still
have
number
been-
12.
And they have
18
done
girls
more
in the
girls than that in one night on a preliminary night
Come on.
and got through it. And
Come
everybody
on.
made it on stage.
Come
They
on.
were at me.
Come on.
They were at me. And I know they was at me
But
because
listen.
even in rehearsal, they kept saying, she
But
was
hold
part of
on.
me.
She what?
on.
They were about my talent and all this other stuff. They know, trust me. There's an agenda.
But
Now, I wasn't, but I'm going to say
I'm
that.
not saying I'm the only one. I'm only speaking for myself.
But it's just like the same thing when they heard Silka was coming. They heard Silka was coming. Silka was a threat. Because they know, they seen Silka.
Yeah, but Silky made 5. Silky made her cues.
But
Bitch, you're like y'all in. So what? So how should I feel? Because I do feel like, in a sense, the microscope was on me and they were at me.
But listen, you know and I know, when you feel that, you can't give them, you can't give them nothing. Because you, and the way you feel, exactly, you're right.
This is the
And
first
they
time I
were
talked
at you,
about
they
it.
were at you, but listen, they were at you, but you, since you knew that going in, that you felt like you was a threat, you were supposed to show up like Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington.
Yeah, but so to me, I did.
Hold on. Because they had who they wanted that year too. But she stepped in the door and she's like, bitch, I know what y'all trying to do, but if you do it, it's going to be obvious that y'all took this from me. Did she not?
You're absolutely right.
And that's how you were supposed to show up. Because you knew that it was going to be one night of competition. You knew that you was coming freshly from RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star. You knew that they was going to be on you because you knew that they knew that you had the money to do what you wanted to do this year. So you knew that you were going to be a threat. They knew that you were going to be a threat. You were supposed to step in there and you were supposed to give them a package like Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington gave them. But because all your I's wasn't dotted and your T's wasn't crossed with your helpers are really the ones who cost you the pageant. Because you didn't have no room to go in there to be trying to make no phone calls to get them to let somebody in the front door. You didn't have no room to be waiting on your gown that you to pay somebody to make for you, for them to be stoned in the truck. You know, all this stuff. And then you know they at you, like, bitch, you know, I know they at me, so bitch, I need you to do what you need to do, and da da da. And then the people that you have working with you, instead of them helping you, they are frustrating you. You say they high and drunk, and you sitting up here, you going through shit, and she sitting up here laughing. You're like, no, bitch, this ain't the time to laugh. I spent a whole lot of money.
I agree.
So it's just like, you knew.
I knew. Because I wasn't mad about it. I left there. I left the pageant with a smile on my face. Because out of all of that, the biggest advantage was that I was able to compete the way I wanted to and go home comfortably. Like, I could pay everybody, bitch, and I ain't hurting for nothing. I'm good. You know, and I could just move on and just do something else. That was a learning experience. There was nothing I could change about it, but I did go the way that I wanted to go.
Yeah,
and that's the next argument. Oh, they just didn't like the package, and that's fine. But I wore the shit that I wanted to wear. I did the stuff that I wanted to do. So I was content with that. I still was gonna do Cardi B because nobody else ever will.
Right.
And nobody else ever will. There was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was my question. What was the big deal with that? What you doing Cardi B?
It was too black.
She was too black.
Who
is the day? That's what
she said. Some of the black people said it.
Just the comments that I read on Instagram. I can't even on Facebook. People, patrons, like commenting under the pictures and stuff like that. Like, oh, it was just too urban. That swimsuit was too risky.
They love to say
an
that.
Adidas swimsuit.
But you know,
an Adidas swimsuit.
Right.
But then this is
an actual swimsuit was I put on a swimsuit and it was risky. How do you sound? Oh, because I had baby hair on my wig line instead of a hard cut hairline or a base tease. I was too ghetto.
So is this? I guess the question is Continental? Is it Miss Continental? Is this?
Yeah, it's Miss Continental. But everybody who won Miss Continental won the way that they.
What I was gonna say is, you know, generally there are preconceived ideas of what.
Going in, hey.
What are they going in? What are they saying? But there are preconceived ideas of what their representative should look like. So is that a contest that welcomes an urban ideology or image, or do they want that?
They would have never had anybody like me before. Yeah. I'm about, you know, there's black girls, but I'm a boy. So and the other side of it is the guy is Victoria LePage, and that's a woman too.
Well, the other side of it is that you also, even though you had all of these hindrances,
what? No. Don't you say it?
No, bitch, the only other boy they had was who? Victoria LePage.
A boy, black boy queen.
Oh, black boys. They had the bitch, the former Miss Continental ran for Mr. Continental this year.
Yeah, no. I mean, they had boy queens, and they're so far and wide though. Yeah, nation.
But go ahead, carry on.
But yeah,
I was just saying, even with all of your hindrances and the stops and starts. With you representing the way you want to represent that next girl that comes by, like, I'm black, I want to present my blackness. I want to present, you've given them the permission to do that.
But that's one argument. Another one that I had was that I come from the drag race world where people feel like, you know,
those girls had it, everything.
We've had it and all this stuff. But I come from pageantry. Drag race was not the beginning of my career. I didn't become famous off of drag race. People had known me years prior to that. You know, it just was.
So I'm going to assume London is not going to make it.
I was just going to say, has she called me, my phone? Because it's swirling on here. Let me see my phone. She probably calling me and we in here going back and forth by Continental.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to pause y'all for a second. My big hand get ready to be in the screen.
But I think that I do. I have the platform and means to have reigned beautifully.
Now, what are they saying on the chat room? Because I would love to know what they're saying.
Because it's my new endeavor that's coming up. Thank God I did it. Because everything happens for a reason.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, but
I mean, you made some valid points, Sophia.
I can't even be. So he wasn't supposed to come there and make Tyler costumes and big stuff, and it was just.
It goes back to what Tommy said. If I don't have everything I need 2 weeks before or 3 weeks before the pageant, If it's not coming with me, I'm not going because I'm not ready. I'm not relying on nobody to send me nothing out overnight my dress, through Delta. I need my dress now. I paid you, and I gave you my deadline for my stuff to have my stuff. And so if that means that if somebody's out there fix your dress, stone your dress at the pageant,
You're not ready.
You don't know how it's gonna look because you ain't tried it on. So the first time you try it on, it's gonna be back at the pageant. And then if you try it on, if it busts or some stones pop off or what have you.
That's what I was thinking. How am I supposed to go out here, y'all stone these dress now, and these stones just
And
falling
you a
all
veteran,
across the
honey,
face?
you know better than that. You know better than that.
Alright.
But you cannot, it's just like, you cannot, and it's the same thing. It's just like, and then we don't even have to take it to the pageant world. Just take it for Venus and Serena Williams. They have to be balanced. You think people don't be at them when they go to these tournaments? They try everything and the same thing. And I think recently Serena had the same situation happen to her. Well, the band didn't show up to pick her up on time. She almost missed one of her matches because the van wasn't there to pick her up. And it's just like, yeah, they're gonna be at you, and since you know they're gonna be at you and stuff. You gotta make sure all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, honey. Because girl, other than that,
Crazy.
yeah.
It sounded like it was experience though. It sounded like it was crazy. Because to be back, because as a performer, I know to be backstage and not have what you need when you need it, as you need it, it takes you off your game. So I get it.
And I want you to think that that no, you're not gonna be jumping on me. No. It's just like you gotta hear the honest truth. And a lot of times, and that's what we talk about. It's just like people. You talk about it with Michael K. The man just died. OD drugs. They know he on drugs. They're like, was there somebody around him? Whitney Houston. Was there somebody around her that could have talked to her? Like Amy Winehouse. Was there somebody around? If people that you are surrounding yourself with are not honest with you, they're not helping you. Because I know this is something that my friend's not gonna want to hear, but I have to tell my friend this so my friend can grow and my friend won't be in this situation again.
No, I absolutely agree, but what I will say is that there was a comment made by a close family veteran who said that, when you try to tell people certain stuff and they don't want to listen, it's no point in you talking. Nobody ever, the whole time I got ready for Continental, asked me about my clothes, wanting to see my clothes, or my preparation. None of them.
But listen,
and I don't have to name nobody.
And
None of them. And nobody inquired about anything that I was doing because they didn't care.
And out of all those people that work with you at Continental, how many of them was other than black?
What you mean?
Anybody white?
What do you mean?
You have any white assistants?
I can't stand you saying that.
People that
I don't like that.
People that assisting you.
No. You're talking about my Continental. I'm talking about even my preparation.
I'm talking about the people that were at Continental with you, helping you.
She's not talking about that.
The people that filled in, and the curious, and all those people that your sister.
No, but you know what? I can actually say something that would probably counteract that, because the crazy part about it is the Mr. Continental who won that. The next day, I saw him at the pageant, and he was like, I'm such a fan, anything you need. I needed an announcer for the beginning of my pageant, and he learned that in an hour and sent me an audio of him doing that and went out there and did it. I had never met that boy a day in my life.
Don't do that.
No, I never met that boy a day in my life, and he jumped right in.
Somebody that you don't know of another nationality.
I don't agree with that.
Gave you something that you needed.
I don't agree with that.
And it wasn't no, you had to track him down and find him to find out to get something that he said he was gonna do.
That man called me with an audio because he gave to ask me in my rack anything I need.
I'm not doing the show no more today. We done. That was it. That's how we done.
I mean, it was okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's just not. It's not to down my black people.
It is.
It's not.
That's what it sounds like.
If y'all taking us that,
it
that's
is
on
that.
y'all. That's on y'all. But the thing about it is, at the point where I am in my life, I have given black people enough chances where I'm going now, I'm going to ask some others.
You haven't given the right black person
a
chance.
And I'm going to go to some other people.
I look Rico on you now. Rico can tell you, baby.
I'll get some other people.
That boy jumped in so quick. and was like, you need something? And it really is that type of situation. I can make a post right now on my Instagram and ask any type of question, and I'm gonna get a shitload of inboxes from Caucasian people, mostly, and they full of advices. If I post something about like my dog, I had at least 50 inboxes about like my dog. Something happened with JoJo. He had a bump or something on him, and it was like, oh, this look like that. Like people, they're just
Baby, listen, and I'm telling you right now, from some shit I have learned. And what I'm telling you is what I have learned from my experience when I was at Z103 and when I left the first time. And from that experience, I was honest with myself about what happened and the people that were around me and how they reacted and how they treated me. And I had to be honest, that although it hurt my feelings, but it was the truth. It was the reality.
We don't support each other. Let me say something. I have been living in this city since 2007. I've accomplished a lot of shit, more than most of my peers. I still get treated the same way as I do when I moved here, as if like I owe somebody something. The city don't praise me. They don't put me up on a pedestal. I have done things, and particularly in our community.
But
they don't.
I told you.
They won't give it. They won't. But for the life of me, they won't.
And I tell people, you don't. You know it's not coming.
No.
So don't waste energy and time looking for it.
I don't. No, but not no more. I used to be a type of person who fed off of validation because it made me feel like, okay, I'm doing something right. A lot of my shows and ideas wasn't stuff that I just was doing for the love of it. It was me trying to keep up with who I was working with and prove a point that I was worthy to be there. Now I'm starting to do drag and love drag for the likes of me because I see what other people see now. I couldn't even enjoy my artistry because I was trying to please the people that were working around me where because they're not blind, they see it like everybody else, but I'm the competition. And it's just like living here, people, they don't.
And then the thing about
I don't want to have to be the type of artist to only deal with the Caucasian community because I know that they're going to respect me the way they am because I am who I am and I love my people. I don't have to go do the Monday night show or the brunches and stuff like that because I could work on the road and never work in Atlanta. It'd be perfectly fine. I choose to because this is home and I love it. But that lack of appreciation is so violent.
But
You know, a lot of times.
I want to say, let me just say this too. When I say that when I get an assistant, my assistant's gonna be white, Asian, or Hispanic. It's not gonna be black. But I'm not saying that I'm not working with black people.
Right.
It's just that I want to incorporate other races in my dynamic.
Well, I like that statement much better because I was about to flip shit over.
No, not a lot better.
But it's like,
But within good reason to feel that way.
I mean, when you say it like that, yes. But the way you were presenting it sound like black people can't do shit. I ain't gonna work with no black people.
I never said that.
That's what it sounds like.
That's how you accepted that. I said that, get somebody that you don't know, other race, because it's just like our people, the black people, a lot of them, they're attached to you because they're fans, first of all. And then some of them are attached to you because they have a hidden agenda.
No, they have a hidden agenda first. They not fans.
Because
they hate
we
us for fans.
We don't want to believe that to be true, so we'll just, just reject.
I can walk in one club. I can walk in the Caucasian club, and bitch, I'm not gonna make it from the front door to the bar.
I don't want you to say that because that's on live. I don't want you
Say
to
what?
I don't want you to
You're not messing up nothing. It's the truth. I'm living in my truth. I'm saying this before and did a live video. There's a sense of difference and attitude with the way that our communities treat us. I can walk out the same person, TV show, BMAs, bitch, Ellen, same person. I can walk into this bar and be praised and want to take pictures and appreciate it. And I can walk into the same bar with the same people who watch the same shit and know the same information, and they will act like you are a complete nobody. No, I'm not asking you to give me this. You don't have to pat me on the back
Yeah,
and
we
give me
got-
no credit.
I've been there 10 seconds.
But don't pick and choose.
What do you think the
who
disconnect
feel.
is from the in the black? Why you
It's
think?
not them.
She said it. She said
It's
it
not
earlier.
them.
She
I'm
said-
asking her now
But,
because I
but,
didn't
no,
hear.
but the thing that she said that stuck out to me, and I hadn't heard it. I hadn't heard that before she said it today. She said, we got some gay people who are homophobic.
Not I received.
We have some gay people who are homophobic. And I have never heard it put like that. It is so true.
That's so true. I received
The
not
little
that.
Nas X and all that, they homophobic too.
Mhm.
They hate no little Nas. Y'all homophobic and y'all homosexual.
Yeah.
Never heard of a homosexual being homophobic. But
Because
she
you
said
know
that
the
today,
problem
like,
is, if you ever think about, because it's going dead, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Could you ever think
Yeah,
about
2
how
seconds.
why people so mad about Little Nas X and Little Nas X? I can never pronounce his
It's
name.
20, 17 seconds.
They mad about it because when you see gay artists, you're able to pinpoint it because you know it walking in the room. Todrick and those people. With Little Nas,
This is your girl, Miss Sophia holding it down right here on We Are Your Radio. We Are Your Radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. Yes, we are. Hey, I'm in here with my girl, Trinity Kardashian Bonet. And that's another issue. But I call her Trinity Kardashian Bonet and not Trinity K Bonet. Girl, she don't want them folk coming at her. And we talked about that yesterday when I said she was going to be on the show. George about, no, they own it. They don't own it now. You know, Black China don't have, because she didn't get married. She was married to Rob Kardashian. She going to assume her husband's last name. Black China Kardashian. That ain't her real name, though. That's her stage name. But
that was not letting that woman take their last name.
maybe if she got married to him, they wouldn't have a choice.
I know, but that's why they stopped that.
Mhm.
Yep.
But we've been in here, baby. I'm telling you, my YouTube is on fire because the conversation during the break Sunday. But listen.
Oh, girl,
we
somebody.
We're supposed to talk about something. And I said we're gonna talk about. Oh, that was the assistant. When I was talking about the assistant, that had sparked the whole conversation on it. But we're gonna talk about RuPaul's Drag Race. You know, you were on season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and then you have been wanting to go to RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars forever and a day, and you finally got the call. Now, first of all, what was it that made you hungry to go to All Stars? Talking to mine.
Rich money.
So how is the money? How much money you get?
Fabulous.
If you think when y'all all start out, it's like 13, 14 girls. How many girls is at the beginning of the show?
Well, our season we had 13.
For All Star.
Also,
Okay. How much y'all get paid per episode?
2,000.
And then the more each episode you're on, you automatically get $2,000. So then the only other person that get more money is when you win the challenges, you get that money, and then the winner get the $100,000.
Yeah.
But no matter how many episodes you stay on, each girl is gonna get $2,000 every week.
No. If you, as long as you're on the show, is what you'll get. So if you only did one episode, you get 2,000.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
So if you survive next week, I already know
4,
going
6,
in, I'm
8,
getting 2,000. And then the money that you all get from the show, like the 2,000 a week, you only get that when the show airs, right?
No, goes in your bank account while you're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you direct deposit
Oh, okay.
that way. And then, but you don't get your challenge win money until the show airs.
Oh,
Yeah.
So like you won the challenge, then it's just like they gotta wait till the show air.
Right.
And then once that show air, then that money hit your account immediately. What?
Yes, and that's why I was right on time for coming in. I was like, baby, oh, come on. We can get what we want, bro. Girl, boy, come on, man. That's what I need. That's right. We good. Like, that money came right on time.
Oh, cause you was there how long?
The whole season. I just didn't do the finale, which was
So,
I
you
missed
did
one episode.
You missed one episode, and how many shows y'all have?
13.
So that's 13. That's
Then she
26,000
added your coins,
plus for
honey.
the other 10,000 for the challenge. That's 36,000 plus the other 10,000 for the other challenge you won. That's 46,000. So I won't be sitting here.
We got your job.
But you and so you said when you went to All Star, because you had been hungry,
Yeah.
you had been hungry. There was a hunger in you to go to All Star, and so when you finally got the call to go to All Stars, you felt like when you walked in the door. I'm sure that's how you felt when you got the call about going to All Stars, because you walked in the door and you said, "You know that fucked up, right?"
Well, for me, I wanted to go back because I had been there before. It's like, you know how you experience something. It was like, oh, okay, well, the first time I did it, it was foreign. I had never been on TV. I didn't know. But now I had been there, so I knew what I was going to have to deal with, which made competing a little easier. And this time around, you're competing with people that you know. So I'm not going into a completely foreign situation. I don't not know nobody. And that made it a lot easier and funner. And I knew that I could execute the things that I did the first time. But when I was saying stuff like, "Oh, I've never done this before," that was true facts. People took that as, "Oh, she's making excuses." But it wasn't an excuse. I never did TV before. I never did a stage play. I never recorded in the studio. Like, these were all brand new things, and y'all criticizing and chastising me about stuff, and my only response is, "Well, I'm sorry. This is all new to me, but I applied the best that I could at the time that was given." It's not like you get 30 takes. You get 3, maybe 2 or 3 tries at something and hope for the best. And if you're dealing with people who have more experience already, they're going to do better than you. So that's basically what it was. So this second time around, I had 8 years to practice being a comedian, learning the script, remembering lines, stuff, working on my comedic abilities and whatever else. And I mean, the lip sync is something I've always done. So that was going to be the most natural thing, working on my sewing. Like, I had time. At that case, there was no excuse for me not to make the top 4.
But when you was talking earlier, you said that none of the girls reached out to say, "Look at my stuff," and da-da-da, and da-da-da, and da-da-da. So now I'm going to put the shoe on the other foot.
Yeah.
You went to RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, and you was going to be a comedian for one of the challenges. You didn't call me.
I didn't call you because I'm funny. What I'm calling you for?
Okay.
So let's be clear. The routine was well written. And the second take of it was absolutely perfect. They only showed the first take is the one that counted, and that's when I stumbled.
Because I was gonna act. I didn't want to bring it up.
It not good. So.
I never stumbled during my routine.
Well, guess what? And I never stumbled during the show, and that's what I'm a pro at. And you're a pro at being a comedian. I'm learning my comedic style.
Say that again. Say that again. I'm a pro at being
a comedian.
So you never called me.
And they look, and my little, and they were gagging that I was doing comedy anyway. For the time, the producers was like, "That's what you want to do?" Yes. Because if I did it right, then I would have been the person to break that comedic role that, you can't do that for the talent show. You can.
Now that was funny. This was the funny part. When you said, "I'm going to be the first girl to do comedy that don't get it sit home." And bitch, that said, the bottom 2, Trinity came. Man, look like she not finna make the history. She thought she was going to make her. Because they got heard about it. She said, "Oh, look, yeah," but it was so funny because he was up there and he said, and just the same, they say, what would you think, girl? Because now you said, y'all did like several takes.
Right.
But they let you know that the first take is the one that we're going to use. They let you know that up front.
Yeah.
So, bitch,
when I fucked up the first one, I was like, "Well, what's the point of me
doing the second one?"
Because it's not gonna matter. But I did it anyway because they use it to like put stuff here and there. So why not you just insert the good stuff?
Because they at you.
Somebody got to be in the bottom, and I was fine with that. And look, they could have stopped me on that first episode, and I would have been happy. No, I was there. I showed up.
You
like,
would not.
I wouldn't have.
No, you would not. Yes, you would have.
No, I would have not. Why people always want to think?
I know you.
I would have not, though.
I worked with you at Divas and Dukes. Bitch, I worked with you at Divas and Dukes. And baby, listen.
People could have sent me on first, and I wouldn't have felt nothing.
We're going to talk about it when that camera over there on too. You feel that you just went home. Listen. Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. If they sent you on the first episode, the money that you had for Labor Day to get ready for what, you know what? Bitch. So now do you looking back on the situation knowing that your bank account was felt like it was?
They wouldn't have saw me in Chicago. Life would have been a different situation in life. I would have had to alter my goals.
Oh.
So everything happens for a reason.
Yes, it does.
I was supposed to make the top though.
You're supposed to make the top?
Yeah, but girl.
All-Stars. The All-Stars. Now, when you were there, you were like the last episode. You didn't make the final show. So you was in the top 4?
I was top 4,
5.
and then it went back to 5, and then I got something.
But that's what I want to ask too. What do y'all feel about them bringing these folks back? Once you get rid of somebody,
I hated it. That's why, like, those last 2 episodes, like, my face was just like, I was over it because I knew that we were playing a fair game and we were going off of the bottoms and whatever the case may be. I had 2 bottoms that I put myself in, which was the first one, the comedy, and then the snatch game. And then that top 5, if you don't win the challenge for the top 5, everybody in the bottom. So because we were being fair, since we're all in the bottoms, we added that bottom on. So now I'm on my 3rd bottom. And then the girl came back. I didn't win that challenge. That was the 4th bottom. And at that point, there was nothing I could come back from. And I knew they were going to get rid of me because the next challenge was a performance challenge.
And they know you can perform.
I won the last performance challenge and choreographed it.
But you know,
so it was like either way, I was out the door. Why would we let her?
I want to ask a question if I can.
I want to say this and then we're going to go to break. But my thing is, I was shocked that Simone won because it was set up for Ginger to win.
For Kylie.
For who?
If you shot that Kylie won.
The big girl.
What?
You talking about before All Stars?
For the challenge.
Yeah, fair.
Oh. Yeah, but Ginger wasn't. It wasn't. No.
Who was it? The big girl? Eureka or Ginger?
Eureka was the one.
Who won? The girl who won the challenge when it had built up to $30,000.
That was Ginger.
And then they brought what's called right. That's who they wanted.
Yeah.
But Miss Thang ended up winning.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, child.
But I had already said it was going to be Kylie or it was going to be one of the big girls.
Because they brought Miss Thang back. Yeah. Miss Thang back to lip sync against her. And then it was just like, okay, come on. And they didn't even show her that, like when they edit that out, all they showed.
Did you notice how I got all the stunt queens and flippers and then these
they were at you. They were at you. They have been at you for a minute, honey.
I do these people.
They at you at the show.
I just show up and just do the show, girl. I don't bother nobody, girl.
They at you at RuPaul, and I'm sure if you leave out here and you go to Kroger, they're going to be at you. Probably. But girl, George had a question. What? We're going to go to break. He said, go to break, because he been at me about these breaks too, girl. He at me about these breaks. But I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, hold it down right here on WERUradio. WERUradio, we are the home of the urban sound of pride. And this right here is Calling Out.
Sure.
Ouch. No, one of the questions you can ask it on the air.
No, you can ask it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Just ask it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Make it authentic.
Yes, ma'am. Do you need anything? You good? You all right?
Right, let me play with it, bro. Right, let me play with it, bro. She said, child, she would have been so pissed if she went home first.
Shit, I know
That's how
where.
Shangela feels.
The shit, Shangela came back, 25 times?
Which is why it wouldn't have mattered to me. When you don't win, they call you back for stuff.
Especially if they know that ratings is good.
And then they had already, that's how you know they had already set me up for the what's coming up next, is because when I went home at the end of the confessionals, they brought it up. Like they had mentioned me saying it. Mm-hmm. They didn't have to use that.
But see, I feel...
So they had already set that up.
It's already...
After I did that Beyonce, it was...
It's the people.
It wasn't nine.
Ruth not making a decision of how they be making the decision. But the thing about it is, it was evident, so evident, when y'all girlfriend went to Drag Race and she got into it with Big Mama. And then her and Big Mama had patched up the situation, but they didn't show her and Big Mama patching up the situation till after they had sent her home. Mm-hmm. So like, bitch, why y'all didn't show that before y'all voted to send her home? Mm-hmm. Because they wanted to let you know why we sent her home, and then they want to, but it's good.
It's a storyline. They can build a story off of
That's why I really don't follow the reality shows, because I already know it's about money and television and entertainment.
I mean, reality,
Yeah.
scripted reality.
Scripted reality, clearly, yeah.
Scripted. Don't say scripted reality, because the reality can't be scripted.
The only reality part is our drag.
Right.
That's the reality.
That's the question I want to ask. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna ask you this off the air because I want to know. When we see you guys getting dressed on television, we know it's edited. We know y'all don't get dressed that fast. How long in between like your first challenge? Because I know that it's all day shoots. So the first challenge when you get up there and they have whatever it is, the theme, and then later on you have the judging or whatever.
We walk in 7 a.m. We do the room table.
Who's shaking that camera?
I don't know, baby, because
It's that chair. You keep hitting the table.
I'm sorry, my bad. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we walk in 7 a.m. We do the table where we all gather around. We come up on the TV screen. He come in. He give us the challenge. At that point, it's probably 8:30, 9 o'clock a.m. They read us the challenge. We go over the challenge a couple hours. Read the scripts, blah, pull it together. Maybe about 3:30, 4 o'clock, we on to the set to do the challenge. We do the challenge. We break for that day. Next day we come in. We get 2.5 hours on camera to get ready for the runway. We get ready for the runway. We go do the runway. A lot of us in the beginning, the runway gonna last about 6-7 hours because they gotta stop, talk, give opinions, all this other shit. We standing up there. They gotta break for lunch, tape changes, all this other stuff. Then they do the bottom. We go to back to the room. We do untug. After we do untug, we go back to the main stage. They do the lip sync part. Go home. After that, we go back to the workroom. We do the ending part where we sit and talk about, do the box.
So one episode takes 3 days, is what you're saying, basically?
No,
2?
But there are 2 full days, like 10 a.m., like 7 a.m. to 1, 2 in the morning.
Goodness gracious almighty.
Yeah, it's awful.
Now, here's another question. You don't even have to answer on the air. Do y'all get SAG after you've been on affiliation? No, you do not. Even though you have the speaking parts and bylines
For what?
and starring as when you're on a reality show, and you get SAG after so many hours from speaking and so many appearances, but they don't get it from being on, and you should.
Yeah, that contract is very specific. And they only do a year after.
Oh yeah, most of them do.
So like this interview, I was actually supposed to get permission for it. So like
You're supposed to get what?
Permission.
They own us for a year. Like
For a year? Oh, the winner, they own the winner for life, huh?
I don't know about the winner, but I know afterwards we have a year contract. So any
Well,
major interviews I do.
Is this going to mess with your tour?
Unless somebody on here going, I ain't saying that I'm supposed to.
Okay, all right.
You know, but
Oh, you said, but she said this not a major interview. I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna tag. I'm gonna tag. X. It's God, honey. I'm gonna show her.
I love my drag race family. They keep you.
Trinity is amazing. Has she ever done Miss Universal Show Queen pageant?
Oh, I love that pageant.
Have you ever done it? Because I was gonna answer for her.
The costume category is.
Bitch, listen, y'all see what she had to go through trying to get ready for Continental for 3 days. Bitch, them hold me down there.
Bitch, if nothing else, you at least you got a Cardi B costume sitting in the closet.
Honey, listen. Now that you brought that up, I just want to let y'all know.
And Cardi saw the challenge issue. Loved it.
The difference between the United States and those folks, they have a whole... Those kids have they have their own lots. Like we have the MGM Grand lot over there. Those queens have their own lots. They have dancers. They have the whole 9 yards. They
ride with each other.
Baby, y'all, we over here doing shows in clubs. Them folks over there. Like now we have Hamburger Mary's and Lips. So imagine the wherever state you live in, imagine your stadium being a hamburger Mary's. That's what they have over there. They don't have to go outside their stadium for nothing. They have a lot, a studio lot. Everything, their productions, everything right there. Television show, it's right there. No, baby. And Giselle is the only black person that's the one.
She's still the same.
She said she's gonna be here till. I think she's gonna be here till next week. She's gonna be here till next week because she on the show this Sunday and Monday. See, that's another thing. Oh, but we was talking earlier, and I was telling you, what's this? Don't it's just like you gotta move different. Once you find out who people are, you at an advantage. So they should never upset you. They should never bother you. Nothing they do should throw you off because you're at an advantage. So you know how they are. You know how they operate. So you operate where you don't have to even be involved with that. Prime example, me.
Yeah, but that's how I feel about when it comes to like Sundays and Mondays. I do it because I get inboxes. You're gonna be on the show, like people want to see me. Otherwise, I'm trying to pay it.
But my thing is,
because I don't have time to deal with this shit. But then, like, it be, girl, I kiss it.
But it's just like stuff that you deal with, stuff that you learn from pageants, from shows, from at barbecues, from it. All the stuff you learn at these different places, you have to incorporate that into your life daily. Not just what you learn at pageants, then you just incorporate that, what you learn at the next pageant. No, what you learn at a pageant, incorporate that in your life. What you learn at a show, incorporate that in your life. What you learn at a barbecue, incorporate that in your life. So wherever you go, you have put all the learnings that you have learned in all these different places in your life. So you move differently. You move differently in all of your circles. Because you see me when I first came here, and you see how I operate now. And I'm around the same people. Because I know who you are.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put myself in a position to give you the opportunity to be you.
Yeah.
You're going to be the you that I allow you to be. And another thing that you don't see me doing is you don't see me on social media going back and forth with people. It's just like, I know who you are. I'm going to move differently around you, and I'm not going to address you because you're not that important to me. But what you taught me, I'm going to put it in my life, and then you're going to know that I move differently around you because you're going to come to me and you're going to want, hey, can I said,
That's happened just recently with comments. Like after seeing like comments and stuff that people were saying, that was supposed to be cool, and then it's you jumping on the bandwagon with everybody else, and it's like, but you made the comment and said, like you said, your friend should tell you the truth. But friend, you never called me, and you knew I was getting ready. You didn't show any concern, but now you want to read about it, to the masses because everybody else was doing it. I could have retaliated and went live and did all of that other stuff, but it wasn't even worth it because I don't owe y'all nothing, and I know how to handle you now.
Right. I
And
see you.
another thing I want you to also take into consideration because we're living in the land of social media. Social media is power, and you know that. And when y'all go to Continental, you and several more people, y'all grown, y'all can do what y'all want to do. But when y'all doing these live videos and y'all smoking weed, how many former Miss Continentals do you know other than Chevelle smoke weed on the live?
No.
And you don't think Jim and the powers that be that hang around Jim and telling Jim and everything, you don't think they're going back telling Jim that kind of stuff? How many don't smoke weed?
Don't get me wrong. I understand and I think about that too. But all I do is smoke weed. The rest of them do cocaine and all that other shit.
But do they
and
do
they
it
sit around
live?
and do it in their face. No, I
do
get
they do it
that.
live?
I get that, and I'll take that L. I smoke weed, and I'm okay with smoking it on live. If that's a problem with you, then I'm sorry. It's my habit. I paid for it. It is what it is. I don't do no other drugs. I barely even really drink like that for real, for real. I drink more wine than anything. But I'm not lately just sitting on live with a blunt in my hand, like every time I'm on live. And I don't do it when I'm in this Trinity. I've never smoked on live at Trinity. I've always did it as a boy. I give Trinity that much respect. So, no, I'm not buying that. So, because weed is legal.
It's upstate.
It's legal.
It's
And it's also
upstate.
legal in the city of Chicago.
It's upstate.
So, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying about no weed and all of that. I don't.
Listen.
I'm not
Listen.
no comfort.
Listen.
I know.
It's not that what you're doing is wrong. What you're trying to get into. It's just like if I'm trying to pledge AKA, if I'm trying to be a part of the AKAs, I'm not fixed to do something that I don't see the other AKAs doing until I'm a member.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I can receive that.
We're coming up after this.
Yeah, but at this point, shit, they know I smoke weed now. So
a lot of smoke. Listen, a lot of them smoke. A lot of them smoke. And like you said, a lot of them do cocaine.
Public
But-
representation. I get it.
It's like, honey, baby.
It's like you be like I want to be a part of them, but I just don't.
You
You don't
want
want
to
to
be a part of.
be
We coming up.
like you have to offer yourself.
I agree.
Welcome back to Club Chit Chat with the DJ, Miss Sophia, right here. We are WERUradio. We are WERUradio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. Let me just tell y'all something. I'm in here, girl. I don't know if I'm a DJ today or if I'm a mother, if I'm a friend, because I'm in here and I'm just giving her all these nuggets, honey. I'm just getting, and I've always, and she can tell you, I've always pulled Trinity to the side, and Trinity, not only Trinity, but my kids and some more entertainers. I pull them to the side. George, your mic is on, by the way. And it's just like stuff that I've learned, and I've tried to keep them from falling down, from experiencing the same thing that I've experienced, honey. But sometimes you get to the point where people are not going to get it unless they make that mistake, and they have to go down. It's kind of like a mother, a child. A mother don't want to see their children, in harm's way. And if I've learned something in my life that I can keep my child from suffering hurt that I did, then I'm gonna do that. And it's the same thing. But George, you said you had a question that you wanted to ask Trinity before we went to the last break.
Oh yeah,
Pull up on the mic, baby.
Yeah,
pull
okay.
up.
I'm gonna pull up. I just don't want to be on camera, so I was trying not to be on camera. But anyway, the question that I had was, when you watching the shows, and my favorite part of RuPaul's Drag, one of my favorite parts of RuPaul's Drag Race is the snatch game. Mm. So when you are on the snatch game, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be ready. I already know what I'm gonna do. I know how I'm gonna do it." Is that a bigger challenge than people actually expect? And how was it for you?
Well, as we saw, it wasn't so good.
Right.
But snatch game is hard because they want you to hopefully look like the character you're doing, mm-hmm. possibly try to sound like them, be funny, and you got to be quick and witty on your feet. And that's what snatch game is about. It's just being quick and very witty. Mm-hmm. No matter really who you're doing.
Right.
If you have the gift of gab and you know how to be fast, then okay, great. And I'm not the fastest person. I'm not as fast as Ginger Minge.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's her thing. That's
yeah,
her. Yeah, she's been doing it a lot longer.
Yes, yeah. Like there was no beating her. I don't care how you put it, how you slice it. She was gonna win snatch game period because she's a genius at that type of stuff. And Kylie magically surprised me as well. Like her Dolly Parton was really good, and the one-liners, how they was able to bounce back and forth off of me. Mm-hmm. Just like they was ripping me to shreds, but I thought it was hilarious. Because it was what it was. I was in the room.
Now, do you think, looking back, would you have chosen a different character? Maybe was it the character that lent itself to the jokes?
When I said I wanted to do Whitney Houston, I did practice the Deborah Wilson version, the Mad TV version. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I got there and I was like, I just don't want to. I do Whitney Houston as a character.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. for real. I have a level of respect for her, and this is something that's going to be carried on forever. This show will be watched for years to come, and I don't know. I just didn't want to be that representation of her, because outside of the way that Deborah put on Whitney, there's nothing funny about it.
But
unless you've been around on a personal basis, I couldn't tell you she was
right.
It wasn't until she was hot that we found it funny.
Right. Well, here's the thing, and you're a comedian, Sophia, so you probably can speak to that. But when you're doing comedy and you're trying to be funny, and you know that this is the version of this person that people find funny, you can't be reverent and be irreverent at the same time.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. And then I felt like, well, it's one out of two things. At least I could look like them. You know, I may not have been funny, but bitch, I was sitting there. I was sitting. I was in my character. You know, but I don't know. And then when I thought back on it, the only other person I would have done probably would have been like Jocelyn Hernandez. I thought maybe that I could have made funny.
Yeah. All you had to do was just mess up the words. That's all you.
Yeah, like,
you all don't know me. I don't know what they're talking about. You all don't know me. But the thing about comedy for me, and I try to tell everybody, first of all, comedy is you're not trying to be funny. You are funny.
Yeah.
And a lot of people make mistakes when they're trying to do comedy. Is you cannot do comedy and try to edit yourself while you're doing comedy, and you cannot go into the game taking away your points. It's just like if you're going to go in the game, you're going to be Whitney Houston, baby. Listen, I love Whitney Houston, and blah, blah, blah. And the reality is Whitney Houston did such and such and such, and Whitney Houston went through such and such and such. And like you said, it's just like we all laugh. When we found out certain things, we all laugh. But it's not that we are laughing at the situation of Whitney Houston and her tragic end. It's just that, when Whitney Houston was like, Bobby Brown, Whitney was she was funny. So it's just like, and you do that a lot, you take away your you take away the power that you have. Like you said, Ginger, she's good at that. And such. I was surprised that her dolly was really good at da. It's just like your stuff. You can't like go in there just like, yeah, she good, but bitch, she gonna have to come on with it. Cause I'm fixed to do this. So if you the winner, that just think if your mindset was totally different as opposed to, because you were going into the game to respect Whitney Houston, but you wanted the funny. But you see what I'm saying? Yeah. You cannot be funny if you try, well, now I ain't gonna say that because it's gonna kind of be like disrespectful to her. It's like Whitney Houston, before you go in here and do this challenge, Lord, Whitney Houston, I don't need no harm, but I'm finna go in here and I'm finna do some things that a lot of your fans probably get upset with, but as long as you know I'm not coming from a mean place, let's go. And I do that on a regular, even on the Monday night show, when I go into the shows or wherever I'm hosting a birthday party, anything like that, I know that deep down inside, I'm not coming from a mean place. And if somebody so happened to take it mean, you don't see me up there going through like, oh my God. No. And then,
shit, the stuff you say, you got to stick to it. You gotta stand strong to it. And the crazy part about this is what I had on, like It's Not Right, It's Okay. That wasn't the original look. Like I had that with me, but I literally had a big fur jacket, a black pantsuit. Like I had the wig. I had spray wood on my face. I was gonna be like, yeah. I was gonna push it. And then I don't know. I chickened out. That was the only thing that I chickened out on the whole season. Everything else was like, y'all can see me.
And when you second guess yourself and you don't want to try to go for it, you give your competition a lead on you.
Yeah.
So you playing catch up. No, we all starting off on the same,
But let me tell you what's so funny. When we did the snatch game, they put us in groups, obviously, it was 3 and 3. And like Ginger was like, although you may have not been the funniest, just what you gave was enough for us to play off of, which made the whole bit funny because it just I don't know, some way somehow it made sense. And Ginger gave me $1,000 when she from the snatch game.
Oh wow!
Because she was like, I felt like just your part in that made it possible for me to win, to have the Whitney Houston jokes and stuff like that. Like we did a lot of it's more girlfriend than a lot of people think.
That was the other question I was going to ask too. I'm sorry.
But let me say this too before.
And not to say that I should have just let them like ride me, but
the thing I want you to know is this is something that I told Kennedy, and I'm gonna tell you when it comes to comedy. whenever you're gonna do something outside of what you normally do, you have to do that just like you do your drag. When you do Whitney, when you do Anita, when you do Cardi B, you go hard. When you do comedy, you go hard. Just like you do in Cardi B and all that. And I told Kennedy the thing about Kennedy, I said, Kennedy, do not let your career become a career of dancing.
Right.
Because you see what happened to the girls when they get older and they couldn't dance no more. The same thing happened to MC Hammer. You have to be able to mesmerize people like you are when you're dancing, when you're standing up in a gown. And once you get older, you don't have to worry about, girl, people looking for me to dance and I can't dance. You know you weren't gonna be able to dance all your life. So why build your career on that?
Yeah.
So you have to be just as dedicated with everything that you do. Even if comedy is not your thing, if you're gonna start doing comedy, people gonna say, bitch, now I know she can dance, I know she can do drag, I know she can do that car and all that, but I ain't know that bitch can do comedy. It has to be just that.
I like that. I like now I'm trying to push more into like acting stuff, and I have a very like bubbly personality, so I feel like the scripted part of comedy I would definitely want to do. I don't think stand up would be my go-to. Like I wouldn't, unless maybe some a couple years down the line I might want to do. If I can get there comfortably where I feel like I can, handle a room and tell jokes. Because even on bookings, I'll get on the mic and I play with the audience and stuff, and my whole room fall out laughing. And I just said in Fort Lauderdale the other night, I said, you see how all y'all laughing? And they said on TV I wasn't funny. I'm funny as hell, and the whole room, like they, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, it's weird.
You don't bring that. You didn't bring that.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Because it felt more organic, because there was no pressure behind it. There was no expectation. When I can be organic, it's different. I don't have nobody telling judging me. It's like I can just say what I want.
But listen, that's it. That's it. So if you know that's what it is. Why would you try to write a script?
Or
comedy. Why would you try to go off a script?
Because I'm funny.
But when you funny,
you said you were more funny.
You're just impromptu. You're just going off the cuff.
No, but I can also write something that would be just as good. Like I wrote the first time I was on Drag Race, I wrote my skit out, and they thought it was, like it can be. It's the execution. You have to be confident in your execution. You're right.
But this too. I'm gonna tell you this.
Just like if you write a script, you can write some funny shit, but you can't act it.
Listen, with white people.
Oh my God.
Making white people laugh.
Oh my God.
It's not being making white people laugh and making black people laugh is two different things.
So what does that mean?
What does that mean?
No, that means when you're at a show, and I'm sure you probably done heard them tell me, you see how you dress up and you get in drag and you do your show, when you doing your Cardi and your Whitney and all that, and what do people tell you, black and white? What do they tell you? Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Okay.
I put on my wig, my unit, and my wig. Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Oh, because that's not the same shit. That is a horrible equation.
But no, the thing about
that is not the same thing.
It's different because those people just look for you. White people look for you. They just look for you to show up. I'm not gonna stop saying. Because they look for you to show
basically,
up.
no, because what you're saying, because black people expectations are extremely too high.
Yeah.
Extremely too high.
But
I don't do my drag based off of the expectations of black people. Now that I've never done. I may have started. Yeah,
because you was asking why is the response different, and the reason the response is different is because they expect black audience expect more from you. White people are just glad that you showed up.
But I can handle a black audience being on the mic just as much as I could a white audience.
Me too.
I just ain't got the opportunity. Ain't nobody giving me no mics at the back club to talk. I ain't got no hosting opportunities at no black clubs. Anytime I get that opportunity, it has been at white clubs. Doors have to be open. Our people ain't opening doors for us.
Because you're not known as a MC or a comic.
Yeah.
Hold on.
How did you become one? Somebody gave you an opportunity, right?
I came in the game.
Somebody gave you an opportunity.
Exactly.
You didn't walk in there with your own club, radio station, or TV program. No. Somebody afforded you the opportunity because they believed in you.
But
you gotta give somebody a chance.
My focus going into it was comedy.
Well, you know what? Good. I'm gonna stop focusing on being a comedian. gonna show you
and
drink.
exactly.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
That's my focus. And then just like you're doing the opposite of what I did. When I came into the game, I was wearing all the makeup and all of that. But even when I was wearing all the makeup, my focus was still, I just want to be Geraldine on this mic. And Geraldine ain't for all this makeup, all these 3 colors on her eyes, highlighted, and nose, the white line down her nose. I had to put it, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I had to do that to get my foot in the door. But even while I was getting my foot in the door, I knew that my main purpose of going through the door was to do comedy. And when I got in the door, okay, this is what I want to do.
I mean, that's the same with drag.
So you do.
I knew I wanted to be a great entertainer.
Exactly.
These are the necessary stuff. Yeah.
We gotta go to break. Yeah, we do, because it's getting ready to go to happy hour, honey. But I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, hold it down right here. We are your radio. We're your radio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride. What is London? London? Baby, they say I'm racist. They say I'm a racist.
You just have to be.
I'm a realist.
You have to be careful how you word things.
Why? Because black is black, and white is white. But it's true. But everything. But the shit be true. See, that's the problem.
No, I know, and I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I think that when you come, because black people, we are already so gifted. We've grown up around gifted people. We've grown up around people that can sing and can dance and are funny. So when you come on the stage, bitch, my uncle's funnier than this. If you ain't as funny as my uncle, why are you up here? So I get the expectation.
But this is what my question is if you have a room, a mixed room of individuals, if you have blacks on this room and whites on this room, and all the white people are falling out and all the black people are looking at you like you crazy, where's the disconnect?
I don't know.
And that's the weird part.
What was the question?
If you have a room full of people, half black, half white, all the whites are laughing and all the blacks got their arms folded, what you mad about? And how is all these people over here tickled by this one joke and you don't see it?
Because they all come from different experiences.
Yeah.
But see, listen, if you want the black people and the white people to laugh and fall out at the same thing, then it has to be something. It has to be
you
like.
know what I've noticed?
The
white folk fall out about the jokes that you make about.
No, listen. But if you want everybody to fall out, it has to be something that's universal.
Right.
And what's universal is what's going on CNN. Black folks and white folks watch CNN. Black folks and white folks, they watch the headlines. They know what's going on in TMZ. So if you're doing something and you're basically telling a joke that comes from a black experience, white folks didn't come from no black experience. So they, you talk about what's going on in the projects and how we was at the corner store and blah blah blah. Bitch, these white folks, they be going to Kroger's and Publix. They don't understand what you're saying, and it's the same thing that Tommy Ross had to be the one to go in there to get in the USA system and because black girls were going to the pageants doing gospel for talent, but black folk were doing that Baptist stuff. White folk, they Catholic. So that we get in there, we just going all up for this stuff. Oh, she did that Vicky Ryan. Who she did that Tremaine Hopkins, blah blah blah. And then she lose and she don't win. And then the white folk like, well, what's wrong with her talent? I didn't get it. So it's just like she had to go there and say, listen. Y'all come from a different experience. Y'all doing the hallelujahs. This is what we do. So it's just like, oh, and then the same thing that the Hispanics had to do. Just like we didn't know their culture. So you have to know the experience, and you have to be able to relate to the experience of that person. Same thing with Taco, coming from New Orleans. That's a culture down there. And when he comes to Black Universe, y'all stand up, y'all holler, da da da, and then it's just like, when it comes to the results, it's like, well, bitch, what happened to Taco? I thought his talent was outstanding. Because a lot of people, they don't get that culture. But if you want to do something, you want everybody to fall out.
But that was kind of like, I guess that's where me doing Cardi B kind of came from for Continental, because I felt like I was doing something that the whole room would get, because they all know. Like, you can't say you don't know who she is or her music. So it was risky to do, but everybody knew it. Versus a person who had never been to a pageant before, see somebody do big time, they don't know who the hell Linda Ever is.
I don't think Cardi B was risky. I just think the people that were making those statements were people. No, you correct me if I'm wrong. People that was Watch it on video.
Or watch on video.
The people wasn't at the pageant.
Yeah. Because they bought it there. Like they enjoyed
So it's
it
just
there.
like,
Yeah, well, yeah. But I still, but reflection-wise, score-wise, I still scored all the time. Like I was in the top 10.
You scoring talent because you miss your cue. Yeah,
Wait,
that's what that was.
And afterwards, I told them to go let them know what happened. I'm sure nobody went to the judges to say anything. It didn't make a difference, but
Yeah, it
But
would
you
have
know
made a
what?
difference. Yeah, no.
but
and then it was still was holding me to
Yeah.
the expectation of that loving is really my game.
Well,
hold on.
And
I'm
one time
look,
last year, so
I don't know you. I mean, I know of you, and I've been around you and people, but I'm gonna say this: a lot of what happened was because of lack of preparation. Not all on your fault.
Yeah.
It was a lot of situations that weren't in line. And if you had gone just a little bit more prepared, if things were where they needed to be, the stones were on and the costume was on and your assistant was there, I think the experience would have been different. So
my mental and energy would have been different.
the conquest was that you went. Everything was paid for. You didn't have the worry on your head. Oh, I got to spend this credit card and use this credit card and use this cash app. You did what you wanted to do and you represented. I think it would have been a different experience if everything was.
And then you know, you say that,
Yeah.
and you want somebody to go and tell the judges, you want to go and explain to the judges what happened, what your situation was. You know what the judge was gonna say?
And
She had the same page that
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They all at the same page. They all.
Yeah.
She ain't doing nothing, no extra that everybody else doing. So if if the other 16 contestants could do it, why she couldn't do it? That's how they looked at it.
Simple thing for everybody. I'll figure it out.
but when you do it again, if you do it again,
Oh, she gonna do it.
these are the lessons. These are the lessons.
She gonna do it.
Oh, I ain't got no
again.
choice. My job. My kids are over.
Set up
We
blood.
did a redo. Oh, fuck it, we going back. We going back.
You have to.
We
Because
going.
girls that left the pageant the night of the pageant.
Ready-
They
getting ready for the
allowed
next
and
thing.
said they weren't going back. And they were back at the first prelim the next year.
Oh, wow.
Now, I want to ask about this since we playing Beyonce. Are we going to break? We don't go to break after this? No more breaks?
Let's be honest,
I want to ask you,
it's
but
okay.
don't answer now. I want to ask you when the moment that you knew the queen to the queen is going to be did you shit yourself? Did you shit your pants?
Well,
Don't say that. Don't answer now. Don't answer now.
Child, please, she don't know her. She said my name, girl. Do you know how much they paid her to say your name? That woman there for that shit, honey. Did she call you sis? Has she called you sis? Has she liked any of your
Don't listen to
posts?
her. Don't listen to her. Don't let her. Don't let
Has she
her.
put likes on any of your posts, huh?
Well, Miss Tina?
Yeah, Miss Steven. Yeah, they got a check. She got a check. Not extra money. Girl, you gonna be in a video with B. She called me, asked me what I thought. I said, let me just tell you the truth, B. The bitch is crazy. I said, the bitch is crazy. She tells me, but she crazy.
That's fine. I'm gonna live out my dream. On the strip.
Right, how about that?
That's why I ain't worried about it.
Let me
I just want a box. I just want a box. Cause somebody get this woman to send me one of the Ivy box. I deserve it. I deserve it. Send me a box. B, you can send me the box from 2 seasons ago, Richie.
Right.
Send me the new box. Send me all the boxes. And the ice.
I don't know, the new box is all denim.
Camchat.com. Who's that? Hot Girls and Boys video chat. Who
You
is
got to
that?
go in there and delete that. That'll be people. Are your administrators in there?
You can go and delete them.
That's way down the line.
These are nice mics.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. We try. We try to make sure the people have the, how you say things.
Child, please. Beyonce watch Drag Race like a hawk, honey.
Yeah.
She knows
She
who
knows.
all of y'all are. LOL. Baby girl, she done called me, asked me about Trinity.
That'd be the crazy part about it. It'd be like I go to events and stuff and meet celebrities like Titus. You know Titus Burrs.
Love him.
We're like really great friends.
Oh, I love him to death. Oh, he's amazing.
And he was
He
when I
plays
went home, he
music,
called
girl.
me in a uproar. What the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah.
Like, girl, So it's a lot of celebrities watch that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
Claudia said, make me a mod so I can send these heifers together.
I mean, when I went home, I got like Coco from SWV. She inboxed me. She was like, "Girl, I don't know what's going on."
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
wow.
crazy stuff.
They said, who was that? Phoenix Military Man said, now Trinity definitely deserves the box. Miss Sophia would make the unboxing viral.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Phoenix. 3.5 hours, honey.
It's actually good.
Mike and Ike's?
This particular box, I got 10 flavors.
Child, I didn't bring me no. I give me some candy, honey. You want some of the drinks, something to eat, soda? You want some water, soda?
I'm gonna leave here and go get me some crab legs and do my
Crab legs, girl. Don't eat no crab legs, girl. Eat a crab.
I thought you said you was going to the Jamaican place. You
You
had me.
say that, but not change my mind.
Oh, 'cause I was thinking about Jamaica
That's
myself.
how
after
she
you said
leave.
that.
I did want me a curry chicken plate. Mangoes in the West End. To me, it's pretty
I
good.
never had that.
Right on that.
All right, what questions y'all want me to ask Trinity? Go on and put your questions in here so I can ask her. Put your question in here so I can ask her. You want me to ask George? They be telling George, hush. George, hush.
Okay.
Who they know George, hush? I didn't even tell George. You told me to tell him hush. Oh. I'm having a fun on today. Come on, crab legs, money. Give me some.
Mm-hmm.
On. The great Danielle said, hey, George.
I'm just hushing. They told me to hush. Shit. Who was that told me to hush? Kick him out the room, Danielle.
That's probably who that was on there. The welcome chat. Welcome cam. The webcam. Look at me. Baby, I just read what I want to read, now what I see. Okay, I got you, Claudia. Question coming up.
Write down. Shit. Did you check on London?
I looked, she hadn't called me. It's 5 o'clock. She's gonna be here at 3 o'clock.
So she alright?
She alright. She texted me and told me that, she apologized. She was running late because, the storm had knocked the lights out and stuff. What was she at? In Duluth?
Maybe she had to walk here like Malone got song. Maybe she had to walk here like Malone. Now, from being on the show, have you gotten a lot of the other black girls that have been on Drag Race have said they've gotten a lot of hate mail?
No. I have never received anything along the lines of calling me no nigga, none of that. Only I can count on maybe one hand a few people that was mad about like a girl getting sent home or something like that. You have people like have made their comments, but I've received nothing but authentic, genuine love this season and just in an abundance. And I couldn't be more grateful. But I also like saw a different side of myself watching myself. Like there's areas to grow, within a lot of us, but looking at myself now, like I've really grown into a sense of comfort. Yeah, and then like just appreciation for other people because we work in very hostile, selfish environments. Drag can be very that way, and I've always just tried to strive not to be that way. Be more sisterly and help, and so.
Gotcha. It was good that you saw it. That you saw the areas.
Yeah, definitely. And
All
like
right,
Sophia
with your question. What your question, baby?
Sophia made like really good points. You have to, when you do stuff like go hard. I did see myself going hard in a lot of the other challenges, but I did kind of psych myself out about the Snatch Game because I knew where I was stronger at. Those girls wasn't, and I'm sure they felt the same way. Right? They're not dancers. and our writers or choreographers and stuff like that. So that's why I excelled where, and they were
Right.
a little lackluster, and they could have been better. So it's just vice versa. We all do that. Nobody has came into Drag Race being the ultimate
Of everything.
You know, yeah, like Bianca Del Rio. Never lip synced before, but I bet you had anybody lip synced against her, she would have been out the door.
Right.
Because that's not her story, you know. So nobody comes in having everything. And this was the best of the mess, as I like to call it.
So they coming with the questions, huh?
I was supposed to do
You better type your typing. Now this song's gonna be stuck in my head. Thanks, I appreciate you.
Oh, bitch. Oh, they better be glad I ain't going to the verse. Oh, that's good.
You can go.
I ain't going to be in UK.
Huh?
Ain't that nothing?
That's for presentation.
Absolutely nothing.
You wouldn't better get it made in time.
I would make this myself, actually.
David.
I would.
And you know what?
But I was telling my that's what I said my boyfriend. That's how I'm gonna take this.
Your boyfriend? Oh, y'all still together? That's a new one though. That ain't the same one. That's a new one, girl.
This ain't a new one. He's been around forever.
But oh, we're gonna talk about it on the air.
He's been around forever.
Oh, yeah.
This life brought us back together.
Yeah.
And now he's stuck with me. Yeah, but I was telling him I want to take some like sewing classes to really perfect my sewing for me. So I can make a nice bodice gown and I can sew it myself. It's okay. Run behind them people. It's just
There you go.
it's too much.
Once are we coming up on our break?
Another song after this.
One more song.
Check on me.
Who's that?
The gay artist. Jayla. Jayla. Jyl.
Jaleel.
Is that Jaleel?
J-
Is that Jyli? July.
Jaylee.
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 Lii.
Jaylee.
Oh.
That's like 2 minutes and something. Flying with you.
Girl, we're coming up after this song. How long? 1 minute, honey.
What she say?
So I can ask this question.
What happened?
Oh, you all right over there? You got to talk about your old man, honey. Y'all texting? You doing phone cam with your old man? Them was big groups in the house, extended version. Now this back in the day, Erica Badu extended version. You don't have the radio on? You not listening to the radio? Oh, 3 minutes, honey. Oh my God.
What is it?
Come here, Trinity, look at this. Come look at this. Don't read it. Don't lie. I'm gonna ask you on the air.
I want to so bad. I hope they call me.
You want to look at this, George? I'm gonna ask her though.
What is it? Oh.
Oh, we got 2 minutes, girl. We're going up.
Now I want some damn Jamaican food. I want some good curry goat. Or some oxtail.
Oh,
Or both. You know, I'm so skinny I need to gain some weight.
baby, I was with old child. Listen.
You did the birthdays?
No, you
Don't
didn't.
blame me. You can do the birthdays, do them. You can do them and the questions. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so rude. Do we have any cola or something to drink in there?
A Sprite, I'm sure.
That would be great if I could have that. So sitting over here parched and I didn't know why because I hadn't had anything to drink.
You want a Pepsi?
Oh Jesus! No.
Oh, this is
Is that coffee drink in there? I'll do that.
this is Sprite. What else? A ginger ale and a Pepsi and a
You want one of those?
A Sprite?
Yeah.
You want this? The guest first. He gets the
Yeah.
ginger ale.
Yeah, give me the I don't want that. No, that's that bold ginger ale. Give me that.
No, that ain't no bowl.
Oh.
Regular ginger
Have you
ale.
had that bold ginger ale?
Yes.
Oh my God!
That shit, you got to drink.
Oh
you got
my
some water
God!
behind it.
Yes. That bold
That's
ginger ale is
right.
not for punks, and I'm clearly a punk.
What was going on with the music Monday?
Huh?
What was going on with the music Monday?
I'm slow. Welcome to Club Chit Chat with your DJ, Miss Sophia, right here on WERUradio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. Yes, we are. Welcome to Club Chit Chat's happy hour. Get your drink on, get your smoke on, get your pills on, get your infused Rice Krispies on, get your edibles on, because everything is legal right here at Club Chit Chat during our happy hour. Our special guest today is Trinity Kardashian Bonet from RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, and a couple of things that we have to talk about, we hadn't talked about. But before we do that, usually I do birthdays right here during this break, but George is here, so you know we're not going to do birthdays today. But I do want to wish my girlfriend, the one and only Paris France, she's a former Miss Black America, former Miss Black Universe, and a former Miss Continental. She is celebrating her birthday on the day. Happy birthday, Paris, France, all the way in New Orleans, Louisiana. But one thing I want to talk to you about, Trinity, we haven't talked about is your experience on the Ellen Show. You were a Whitney Houston impersonator. On Ellen Show, how did all that come about? And how was that experience?
Actually, Shay Kool-Aid got me that gig. She called me and said that they were looking for somebody, and she recommended me. And that was around the time of DragCon. So I was already in town, and they wanted to surprise her. She normally does that little segment on her show where she sings "Children of the Future" with Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to surprise her. It was a season finale, and yeah, so I got the job, and it was like I was like, oh, okay. But I've always said I wanted to be on the Ella Show, like some way, somehow, you know, like I want to be on the Ella Show. I never in a million years thought I would have been on there performing,
Okay.
like actually like doing the show. So
That was cool.
and she didn't even know I was there. Like when I walked out, it was a surprise to her too. And then yeah, so that's why she kind of was looking like.
So the producers and the stage manager did what they were supposed to do.
Exactly. And you were in place, right?
Yes.
Right. And they came and got you,
3
right?
segments
Yes,
before.
yes.
Yes.
But listen, also you have a Moon Trophy
Yes.
thanks to Taylor Swift.
Yes.
How was that experience?
Oh. Well, I remember when she got the award and she won like Video of the Year and called all of us up on the stage, and then when we walked off, she was like, "You all are getting awards," and I was like, "Bitch, what?" I said, "No, you all are getting awards." I told them if I won this award that I wanted everybody to have one as well, and I just broke down crying.
And y'all were in the video. What was that song?
Are you getting an Emmy?
Well, the Emmys, that I asked that question on Twitter the other day. I think the Emmys are only really based off of the season 13 cast. It wasn't for the All-Stars cast.
Oh.
I would have loved to have received one because I believe that if you win and have consistent affiliation, you can purchase one as well.
You can
Like-
purchase one, but you're not gonna get one.
Yeah,
Only
no.
Rue gonna get one.
Yeah, I don't know if Simone and them are getting one soon.
No, they're not getting one.
But you can still
You can purchase one.
Yeah, I think it's like 4,500.
Because I was in, we got an Emmy award.
Yeah,
But
but
we didn't get
because you're
one.
affiliated, they put your name on it and everything. But I think it's like 4,500. But I would pay 4,500.
Kasha and the Zulu King, and we won 2 Emmys. We won an NAACP award. We ain't getting them. Only the writer and the producer got that award. We didn't get one. But I have some questions. You know, I was asking my laughing hyenas in my chat room. I said, what y'all want me to ask Trinity? And so let me play with it, bro. He said, I have a question about TK Elimination episode. How come the win didn't count towards the score and only the bottom placement? Did you win something that night?
No.
We say, how come the win didn't count towards the scores? And only the bottom placement.
Because, well, if they're asking me how come my wins didn't help me stay out of getting eliminated, I had 4 bottoms and only had 2 wins. So the cons outweighed the pros.
Okay. Another question came from Claudia. She said, if you can say one thing to Bianca Del Rio, what would it be?
Send me some money. She's a millionaire living out there in Palm Springs with all the people. Her house is beautiful.
Oh my God. Listen, Alfred asked, do you feel that a strong sisterhood was developed on All Star?
Oh, most definitely, and I feel responsible for it. I think a lot of people went in there with the mindset of just competing and not getting to know the people that they were competing, with. And I was very adamant about like building, relationships. We ain't got to be the best of friends, but we're here in this together. We can confide in each other. We can compete and still be our best, and not be, like taking each other's heads off. So, yeah. And then after the fact, when we finished the show, I started an Instagram group with all the girls that were on our season, and we talked in that group every day up until our show aired. Because I was like, we need to keep that communication and we need to talk to each other, because whatever we see on TV, if you don't like it, if you ain't talked to me in 6, 7, 8 months, it's like versus when we saw stuff or something was said, we would instantly go in a group and we would address it.
Oh, okay.
And we were able to talk those things out instead of just accept with certain people. who decided to take it to social media.
Listen, who is this? Claudia wants to know, where does the concept for your runway comes from? Baby, you ragged all season. Every time you turn that corner, I gagged.
Ooh.
Except the crossing guard.
First of all, the crossing guard was supposed to be, again, funny. Not should listen to Sophia and not try to back it. But the crossing guard, okay, I did not understand the assignment when it came to the blue collar challenge because they were asking for blue collar women workers, and I didn't think about putting the look in drag.
Oh.
Like how Eureka did the crossing guard, she had the little boy on her back and the back. Like, I didn't think about putting the look in drag. The girls turned it for that, you know. My mind didn't go that far. On top of, you only get 3 weeks to get ready. I had no money at all. I pulled.
Oh no, you had some money. You had $58,000.
No,
you didn't get the money
prior to.
Okay,
I was doing away. We were doing Divas and Dudes. I was homeless practically. Like, it was not the best time to be competing on a show of that caliber. But I couldn't put down the opportunity. And thank God for Rico Chappelle and a few other people who most of the stuff I had on was Rico Chappelle.
Another question comes from K Mac. If your name wasn't Trinity, what would it be?
Probably Jada.
Jada.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Behind JD Long from Florida.
Oh God.
Yeah. Simple.
What's your favorite look? This comes from Phoenix, the realtor man. What's your favorite look ever on Drag Race?
That I put on, oh God. Maybe I think the gauze. That big, the big black tulle situation that I had on, that was, and it didn't even read the way it should have on camera. It was so low.
Wow.
That, and then after that would have to be my redemption look that they had us do. I had on the black with I liked my makeup stuff.
You do you do your y'all at RuPaul's Drag Race? Y'all don't have y'all phones and all that stuff, huh?
No.
Because I was saying, if y'all had the cameras, because usually when you do something for a pad, you do your gown and everything, you do a video of you trying it on and all that stuff. So y'all not able to do that because you can't have your cameras there. Oh, that's
you do what you can. Most of us were I know I was making stuff as I go along with certain things. Kylie was doing the same thing. A lot of her stuff was built too, dealing with this designer she had spent money on. And he didn't even finish half of her stuff, so she had to go to Willem and get stuff.
Walmart. Y'all wasn't near Walmart. Listen,
Actually, we were.
I'm gonna ask this question, then we're gonna go to break, honey. From Phoenix, realtor man. Why it seems that Raja was giving you shade with comments outside the show?
Comments outside of the show?
That's what he said. Raja.
I think that she was being shady towards me, but that was her not communicating with me about certain stuff. I said something at Roscoe's about the challenge that we did, the acting challenge, and we were tied up against each other, and I kept saying, you can feel her energy going down. You were literally up under this person. I could feel her being defeated, and I was girl, we got this. It's gonna be okay, coaching her along. And that's all I said. But she took that as I was reading her, or said I could have said that to her in person or something, and they made a whole tweet. And I immediately called her, you got my phone number. Don't do that. We better than that. If you felt like what I said, was wrong, which it really wasn't, but if you felt like it was wrong, I think that we're good enough for you to pick up the phone and call me. That was the purpose of us building a relationship, so we didn't have to take it to social media. Because if I feel attacked online, you don't want it.
And that's the Trinity I was telling y'all about earlier, honey. That I work with that way, Divas and Dudes. But I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here. Oh, we are WERUradio. We are the home of the urban sound of pride. This is When I Get Home.
That's still on.
Call me. You ain't got all that social media. And that's what Miss Sophia M-F.
Especially if you have my number. Come on, we grown. We grown. You ain't got to do that.
Miss Sophia did all that stuff online and all. I immediately, you better find somebody to play with. Don't let this show get you fucked up.
What?
Yes. Girl, we
Silky Minaj?
Yes.
Silky Minaj? Oh, let me call her, girl.
Call her.
I gotta get y'all in here together.
No, we don't.
She said y'all misunderstood her.
No, I think we're fine for me because I knew that I didn't come from an ill place. She said that I lied and I was faking phony because I told her that she was okay on the show. I told every girl that sat in front of me to calm down and you're gonna be okay because I was consulting you as a sister first.
Mm-hmm.
One of y'all gotta go home. Period. It is what it is. But I never said to anybody that I was saving them.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And then she made another comment, and then you did it to a black girl. So I was supposed to save you over the 2 white girls who did amazing and did not deserve to go home. Because I'm not playing the game like y'all want to play it. I'm not sitting home competitors.
Right.
Because I don't see it for nobody in this room. No way. Nobody in here better than me in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I need to get rid of you for?
Right.
Now everybody else feel like, oh no, girl, you should. Girl, that's not how I would play it. You going home if it's on me. Well, then y'all should have sent me home. All y'all saved me the first episode. Now look, I'm the top 5.
You weren't a threat. They were sitting in the girls' home that were threats.
Yeah, they didn't see me as that's why I said it on the show.
And that's
They
fine.
didn't see me as a threat.
As long as you don't
And they
see
were
me.
right, you didn't win.
The shade.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Now, as a competitor in RuPaul's Drag Race, because I'm that dude that's gonna ask the questions, because I hate for them to not be hearing nothing.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and for all you people that's watching again, I don't got a problem with stealing,
mhm.
but don't come at me sideways,
Right.
and then don't do it on social media.
I think it's important, and this is a great
have
conversation.
respect for me like I got respect.
It's
for you.
important for grown people to have grown people conversations. I think, like, so we were talking about earlier in the show was when that tattoo man or Taewoo, whatever his name is, was venting on social media. If you have a problem with people, you've worked with these people, you know how to access them. So if you have a problem with them, why put it on social media and bring everybody else into it?
Exactly.
You have that conversation.
But that's what I've learned. That's why I don't react and go off on social media no more. Because at the end of the day, most of the time I'm the one who get done wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people steal from me, just friends just mistreat me, all type of stuff. And then when I retaliate, when I say something, I should have been the bigger person.
Right.
You're out of line. Oh, you should let it go. You should leave it alone. So I don't say it. I don't even. I pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will never. You're gonna always be the bad guy because you have the bigger platform.
Right.
You
ignore that style. So you sit here going through, and then somebody.
They never see it from that person's standpoint.
But what
they did to
tickles
you.
me-
They just
what-
looking at you going off because you who you are.
Right,
Oh,
right.
you shouldn't do that.
What tickles me though is these hoes that get on social media with all these long, I'm talking about 45-minute, hour, 30-minute rant. You go on for this about this person for an hour, 45 minutes, and I've watched some 45 minutes and hours, like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, they got nothing to do. I watched the whole thing. And throughout the video, and bitch, what you say, it don't bother me, bitch. Anybody that don't bother me, I'm not gonna do no 45-minute video about them.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the situation that they did or whatever it is. Bitch, you don't bother me in no face.
What you up here talking about?
You have talked about her
Clearly
for
you're bothered.
45 minutes. Bitch, that 45 minutes would have been better.
Because
spent doing
unbothered
something.
does not look like 45 minutes on a video.
Bitch, you bothered.
Yeah, at the least, I cannot give people that my type of the days are entirely too short, and I be
You don't
too
get
much
time
to do.
back.
And not only that, even if that's how you felt in that moment,
Yeah.
that lives on forever. And people are going to keep bringing that up 5 years from now. Remember that time you had that video? Or, yeah.
Yeah, tell me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got that transphobic stamp put on me. One video, one live, somebody asked me something about a finale, and Peppermint came up, and I never said that she wasn't a trans woman. I felt like they said that she was the best representation of the trans community, so that's why she should have won. And I said I didn't agree.
Mm-hmm. And that was it?
No. I'm going to why I didn't agree. But from that, I was transphobic.
Wow.
I said the Rouse.
That's why I don't talk about trans. I ain't got no answers.
I'm not trans, so I can't answer that. I get
I
it.
don't know.
I get it.
All I know is I got my girls, I support my girls, and it is what it is. I know if you know my aesthetic is trans. I'm not gonna, but people will have set in their minds what they think about you, no matter what the case may be.
I.e., that's what Silka said when she was here. See, a lot of people, they have judge their opinion of her on a show that is not really reality, but it's an edited version of who she is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's their version of who she is, and that's the network has control of the editing. Then y'all done came up with all this.
No, that's what she is.
But to,
No.
but to quote Sophia, and she says this all the time, if you don't say it, they can't edit it in.
That's what she is.
And I'm just saying
I've
that.
never
And
I've
I
never
learned
gone
that
on
from
Drag Race
Sophia.
and said anything about the edit because who I was is what I get. How I felt in the moment, that was me.
Mm-hmm.
They did not mis-edit me or anything on All Stars.
I ain't just say everything you said. They done edit some stuff out you said.
No, yeah, they're definitely taking things out.
But the things that they put in
I
is what you
said
said.
They ain't never like put no voice on top
But
of
no,
me.
they could edit it in a way. You know this too. They could edit it in a way to make you think that, to make it look like you said something else.
But
But
so
if you really
you said that if you said it in confessionals and you said it in that room, you said it. You
but
said
one
it.
word can change a whole statement.
You're absolutely right, but you said that word, and they used it against you. And they could have very, you could have very much been talking about somebody else.
I have to see the unedited.
But you said it.
Mm-hmm. You'll never see that.
Okay, you'll never get that footage, but you said it.
That's my girlfriend. I'm gonna get her up here.
And you are, and you are.
Is this something? Is this something between you and her?
So
Y'all need to have a common
so-
moment. Come to the music. I know that's all. That's all. I'm setting up to bring them in here together.
I don't. There's nothing between us. I still am a fan of hers.
So I'm gonna bring y'all here together. So
And I
everybody can
apologize
see
to
that
her
there's
on my post when I went home. I gave her G's on that episode.
in the black community, I knows that a lot of times, and hear me the whole statement. A lot of times, it's so easy to pit black women against black women.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it the same in the drag world to pit black drag queens against black drag queens? Is that like what they do in the community?
No, we had our altercation because of her.
Okay.
Nobody had nothing to do with this. This is
Okay,
how she
okay.
felt. She said that I was faking phony
Uh-huh.
because the edit
She said
made
what?
it look like I was trying to save her. But also in that same edit, I said the same thing to everybody else. Girl, you cool. You fine. I gave everybody the same energy because I'm not faking phony.
Mm-hmm.
I don't owe nothing to none of y'all.
But she took
And
it
the
as
only person you should be mad about when it comes to elimination is RuPaul because this is his shit.
right.
No,
This is his shit.
his name is.
His name is on it, so it's his shit.
It's his
It's
shit. These are
somebody
his
else's shit.
rules. If I come and do your show and you tell me that the rules is that I have to vote my next person out, what am I supposed to do? I can't vote myself out. It's either that or drop out. And now I can't drop out because I'm contracted. So now they get to sue me. It's this shit. It's
It's
a
all name on it.
so
It's the network.
Sophia.
Don't listen, Sophia.
It wasn't like that before. They changed the rules of the game. Now I don't have to be mad at you about. I don't have to be mad at you, Sophia, your show because you done voted me out. I get to be mad at her. And all my fans, or all her fans, get to jump on me and read me and talk about me and say, "Oh, you set my fave home, and my fave is better than you."
But that's what the show.
That's what the show is.
I think, but
I came in the
think
door
that's
knowing what it gives. So why are you letting this show that we all signed up for and knew what it was dictate our friendship and make you trust and make you question my word of the show, that integrity.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
But
question
you-
my integrity,
one
bitch. I
minute.
don't owe you nothing, and we're not even friends like that.
And that's just how the game goes.
Well,
Somebody
I
gotta
think
go home.
that's why they changed the judging and they had the winner of the challenge. You got the power of this. They changed all that because they wanted to take the heat off of the judges.
Exactly, and that's why I was adamant about building the friendships.
So you
So
can
they
know
was
why
tired of
they
y'all
come from
getting.
a
They was
place.
tired of y'all reading them. When they
Exactly.
girl didn't win, so now they got to find a way to put it on the contestant, make it look like it's a contestant file. But it's like, try. That's just one vote. That is not.
And it is what it is. I'm okay with the rules of the game. That's their game, and that's how they want to play it because I signed up for it. But as I kept telling them girls, don't question my integrity over something that we all knew was coming. If one of y'all sent me home, like Yara was the only one who voted for me for the first episode. And she told me, she said, bitch, I know who you are. You gotta go. She got it.
Mm-hmm.
She understood the assignment.
Welcome back to Club Chit Chat with your DJ Miss Sophia right here on WERUradio. WERuradio. We're the home of the urban sound of pride, baby. Oh, girl, I don't know what was all that? Where all that came from, honey?
Mm.
Chime in here with Trinity Kardashian Bonet, honey. She was on season 6 of RuPaul Drag Race. Then she was on season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. Girl, you need one more 6, girl. 666. Where the other 6 gonna come from? What
6 months.
Oh my God. Oh my
6
God.
months.
You did that.
What's up?
Oh.
Everything that happened in 6, girl, be good for me. I don't know what. This 6 months is working for my face.
Girl, but you getting ready to do a tour,
Mm-hmm.
a UK tour.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that and how did that come about?
I'm doing a stage play. Actually, me, Tamishima, and Alexis Mateo. We're all in that stage play. It's October 14th through the November the 10th or something. And it's like a remake of like Cinderella, but like a drag version.
Who are you?
I'm the evil
Stepsister?
stepmother.
Oh, you the stepmother?
Yes.
Well, who is Tamisha?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I
you don't know
that's
nobody
okay.
character but yours?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, who is Cinderella? You don't. You don't know.
I don't
Duh,
know.
you don't know.
I don't know. I'm just showing up and doing my part.
Girl, listen. I didn't
I
want
don't
to
know
say
questions,
nothing.
girl. The checks have been signed.
I didn't want to say nothing, girl, but
Yeah.
I'm Cinderella. Oh my God! I was so excited. Oh my God! I was just, oh my God! I could not believe. I said, y'all want me to be Cinderella? And it was just like, baby, I didn't know you were
Well,
in
now
it.
I just got informed that it's a comedy show we're doing, so that makes perfect sense. Okay, I thought it was a regular play, but girl, this is a comedy. Okay.
Let me hear you say, Cinderella, Cinderella.
Cinderella.
You sound like the prince.
Yes.
Oh.
But yeah, so we're doing that, and that should be fun. And then I was supposed to be doing a Christmas tour too, but yeah.
Yeah, somebody just screwed your Christmas.
No. Some other work is kind of like coincide. I have some other projects that's gonna be in the way. And then
We're working
January I'm doing my own tour, the Nerve tour.
The nerve of you.
The nerve of y'all.
Oh, the
It's
nerve.
in the UK and it's 12 cities, which is pretty cool. Like I'm gonna have like dancers and stuff. It's gonna be really, really nice. So
We working together in Tampa on the 2nd
he
next month.
is.
You've been down to Tampa a couple of times, honey. They covers the floor in money for you, girl.
No, that's Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, but
Oh, okay.
Tampa, yeah, I'm former Miss Dumont, so many years of going back to that.
We're finna go down there and get some cheese.
Yes.
The trade.
Well, the next day after that, I fly to LA to do a music video. I'm doing a music video with Impulse project, and it's like it's for prep.
Girl, you got a lot on the table, honey. So how you gonna fit that into being Miss Continental,
I
honey?
was thinking my hat everywhere I went. What do you mean?
You-
I have a lot of bookings and appearances, girl, when I'm Miss Continental, girl.
But when this prelim for Continental,
I'll
honey.
be at my prelim.
Oh, you gonna have to cut that. Oh.
It's business, girl. It's work. It's just, it is what it is.
Mm.
But again, thank God, because girl, they just,
Cause wait,
a girl,
cause when you,
because of my 666 girl, it just wasn't gonna work.
listen, you baby, they had that pageant Labor Day weekend, Labor Day that Monday, Miss Continental. Baby, I looked up, baby, you must have walked off the stage and left everything that you took there, you left it there, and you walked off the stage, went to the airport, got on the flight, because the next day you was talking about, you put a post up about, God, I'm at home, I just want some barbecue or something. You said you was having a barbecue.
The dancers, they loaded up the van with everything. They went home right after the pageant because some of them had to work. They drove, again, Rico, MVP, drove. They had no sleep.
How long was that drive?
It was 11 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then you caught a flight back?
Yeah, because my promoters had paid for it. Yes, ma'am. I caught a flight back, girl, and then the next day, and I got the plane set on the runway in Chicago for 4 hours because it was raining.
Oh my
So
God.
I was really supposed to barbecue, but I got home. But I said, no, the next day I'm doing it. They're like, girl, yes, ma'am, this is a celebration because we got something positive got to come out of this. So we better throw this meat on the grill. Yeah, something positive got to come out of this.
Baby, so what do you
I
have?
was doing a celebration barbecue if I want. So I said, let's do it anyway.
You do your celebration barbecue.
Yeah.
We made it through it.
Yep. Yeah, I called Paula and Phil and I said, hey, we lost. Come on, let's eat.
But although things didn't work out for you, I'm sure you just like everybody else, was so excited for Yasmin Campbell Strong.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God, to see her crown, that was
It
epic.
wasn't even the crown part. It was the after facts. It was how heavy that closet was ready. Because every time she hit the corner, baby, she had looked like she had been raining for at least a year and a half.
Because that's what everybody's talking about. They said, baby, she must have packed up everything she had
But
in
I did the
Alabama.
same thing.
She
I
packed
was
up
already,
everything.
I had brought extra dresses and all this stuff. I had stuff made. Just, shit, my show clothes was better than what I brought to the bed. Should have worn one of them callbacks.
I'm glad you're able to laugh at the situation now that it's over with, honey. But yes, Yasmin, that was a beautiful moment. And just to think all the stuff that she went through in the years that she had been going back, and they're like, girl, you need to just tell Jim Flint the Kiss Show. She's like, no. And that's why I'm saying, I know you're going to go back, because just like Yasmin explained, she said, because they had a victory party for her. And she's like, you know what? This has been in my blood. She said, I've always wanted to be continental. I've always wanted to be a part of the system. She said, I don't know how to explain it other than this is just something that I wanted so bad that I was not going to give up until I got into it. She said, but then, because they're not going to even reign a whole year, right?
Right.
Because they're going to go back to having that contest Halloween weekend. That was another thing. They had all 4 divisions that weekend.
Yeah.
And usually they just have Mr. Continental and Miss Continental Labor Day weekend, and the Miss Continental Elite and Miss Continental Plus, they're usually during Easter weekend. But because of COVID, the current queens had those titles for like 2 years, so they said we're just gonna have all 4 divisions. That's why they were one night and all of that. But just to see her win, it was a beautiful thing.
She is not gonna play for these 6 months.
No, she's not, because she was
That's
there.
awesome.
She won Friday night, Saturday for the board for the was it the boys Saturday? She came out, she had on gowns, coats, everything. Then she came back Saturday, Sunday night for Miss Continental Plus. She had on gowns. They're like, oh my God, wait, what is this thing?
Somebody gave her a call. So she must be doing something we didn't know. No, she was a par player.
And then that Monday night, she came out and said, I said, baby, now either when she won, she got off stage and she would call somebody, listen, I need to go to my house, I need you to pack such, and ship it to me right now.
Right now.
Cause baby, she looked like you said, looked like she had been reigning for years. Cause that lady was not playing, and she was beautiful. But she's a sweet individual. But you know, tell people how they can keep in contact with you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, all my social medias is my name, Trinity K. Bonet. My YouTube is CKB TV. I have more content coming out as far as YouTube and stuff is concerned. ASAP, actually, as well as what else am I doing? Well, I was playing around with doing some more music, but I don't know. We'll see about that. But I have a lot of new things coming up, a lot of projects and books and stuff. So if you just follow my social media, Trinity K. Bonet, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I ain't giving you my Snapchat. That's private.
What about your OnlyFans?
I don't have an OnlyFans. I wish I should.
Oh, you in love now, so you done let that go?
Oh no, we the OnlyFans worthy, girl. Cause like we can put some content out. No shade. But girl, I do too much advocacy work, and that's just contradicting. You can't be telling the people to do right.
No, you gotta show them how to do it right.
Ooh.
But in the last question, I'm gonna just throw this out here. You can answer it. Because I always say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Trinity Kardashian Bonet.
Mm-hmm.
And you be saying, you are the only one that say Trinity Kardashian Bonet. Why you can't just say Trinity K Bonet? Why you don't want me to say Kardashian?
You started that though. Like I changed my Facebook name to Kardashian, and I did the show one night, and she actually said it on the mic and been saying it ever since. But it wasn't like, no, you just do like little gags or stuff. I didn't think of it as like that was gonna be my stage name.
But what the K stand for then?
It stood for Kardashian. You know?
She's scared of them folks.
I'm not even scared of them, but I'm not even a huge fan. I just like the sound of the last name. Something about the last name sound expensive to me.
Well, that's your middle name. That's your middle name. You better use your middle name. You stand on. So everywhere you go now,
I mean,
you in the UK.
Chloe, like, you know, she said I could be a Kardashian, and I met Kylie. I met
Kylie. Kylie ain't no Kardashian.
Right.
She's a Jenner.
Oh my God, the shade.
Daughter.
Caitlyn's daughter.
Oh, yeah. Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Miss Caitlyn.
Uh-huh.
Miss Caitlin.
Yeah, oh, I said that was the last question. So you can fill your mouth up with some cheese, some Cheetos. I mean, some Fritos. But thank you for coming in here. I've enjoyed this. You've been trying to get here forever and a day. I've been trying to get you in here, but I scared you. You supposed to be here one time. Who you supposed to be in here with? Oh, Kennedy. You and Kennedy were supposed to be here.
What?
Yeah, it was Kennedy.
When you had a carrier here?
Or was it a Kennedy? No, it was Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Kennedy was the one that told me you said you was going to come up here that day. And then you was recording.
I thought Kennedy was with Jasmine.
You were recording. She probably was up here with Jazz. But the time you were supposed to be here, I think it was supposed to be with Kennedy. But anyway, thank you. I've enjoyed it. You going to come back?
Of course.
When you want to come back? See you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm up here and chat with you on the week when I ain't doing nothing. I sure will.
But tomorrow, my guest is going to be. Well, thank you, George, for coming in. George, you have any questions? You know, George be sitting in here.
Oh no, I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to you and seeing your personality in person. You know, seeing you on television, of course. You know, as a fan, not that dude, but you know, a fan is totally different. So seeing your spirit, hearing your, you know, your thoughts on things, it gives you a different perspective. So thank you so much for coming here. We appreciate you.
Okay, look, Phoenix, the realtor man, said Vegas bound if they have any sense. She talking about I guess he talking about the RuPaul, you know, Vegas gig, honey.
Well, that would be great to see you in Vegas. Yeah, one day.
Oh, and then this is the last question. Riley asked, "Are you running for Miss Gay US of A again?"
Honestly speaking, that has more of a possibility than me going back to Continental too soon. I was really kind of contemplating going back to doing USA, possibly. That would be my next big adventure. So we'll see. And only because, like, shit, my first year there, I got second runner up. So out of 33 girls, like, I could very much so win.
But this time, just make sure you have your shit.
I don't know.
All your shit.
USA, they get ready to build it. But I don't know if you that was something that we said we was gonna cover, honey, but I ain't gonna talk about it, child. We out of time, child. We out of time. We don't have time. Because they was the whole thing about y'all dressing outside in the tent and all of that. And they said they've been doing that for years. So now wife is a big issue. But we've been doing this for years.
It was never brought up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, somebody probably felt some type of way about it, but it wasn't enough. And then it wasn't even a contestant that complained about it. So that was
somebody that don't do right. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia. Hold it down right here on WERUradio. WERUradio, we're the home of the urban sound of pride. I want you to be blessed. I want you to be a blessing. But more importantly, I want you to be yourself, because no one else can be you but you. They can only be a carbon copy of you, but a carbon copy is never better than the original. And you, my laughing hyenas, my Macintosh kids, my WERUradio family, my Manamon, my Beehive, my Bars, my Divas, my girls, my teenagers, my beautiful people, my flamettes, and my neighbor. You are all originals. Yes, some of you are. I want you to know that the 3 o'clock hour was brought to you by Fall Tackler. For all of your Fall Tackler news, why don't you go to falltackler.com. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia. I'm so glad we had this time together. Thank you, Trinity. Just to sing a song or share a laugh or two. Oh, didn't we laugh? And before you ever know it, what? Comes the time for us to show it. What? Why the hell is London? Time for us to say so long. That nigga stood me up. I'm out.
Very. They're gonna put us off the air. We ain't gonna never be able to get back on the air again.
Oh, why? Why did they do that?
She called that lady a nigger.
That nigga stood me up. All right, laughing hyenas, I love you all. Thank you all for the questions.
Oh, that means it's about to go down, y'all.
Oh no, we gotta take pictures. And then I gotta make sure my phone charged, because you know, George, is it
I plugged it up. What are you talking about? Tell the people goodbye.
Boy, I saw it already.
Well, say it again.
I saw it. Did she say goodbye?
All right.
She's over there eating those chips.
bye.
I told y'all.
Hold on. Yeah.
The people gonna have vertigo from that damn me moving that camera around like that.